guys, Nick here. You're listening to the official podcast of 4PlayerNetwork.com, a weekly live show about video games. We're proud to say that we've been at this since 2008 and have remained 100% independent since day one, and that means you'll never have to hear a sponsored ad on this show. So if you want to support what we do, all we ask is that you consider making our silly little show part of your weekly rotation. You can tune in when we record these episodes live every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central Time on twitch.tv/4playerpodcast, all spelled out. If that's not your thing, though, you can also subscribe to the show on your preferred podcast service, join our community Discord at discord.gg/4player, or, if you're so inclined, send us a couple bucks a month on Patreon. And that's it for shameless self-promotion. Time to talk about the latest and greatest in the world of video games. Let's get started. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to 4Player Podcast. It is episode 876, I believe. It's June 4th, 2026. It's been a few weeks since we recorded. We do apologize for that. Not our intention. It's been a crazy couple of weeks. So we're going to get right to it tonight. There's a lot to talk about, a lot of new games that we're excited to talk about, a lot of news. This is actually going to be a pretty heavy news show because, we're tomorrow is Summer Game Fest, right? Am I misremembering that?
Yes.
Oh. So tomorrow is Summer Game Fest. State of Play was yesterday, which is basically their PlayStation's whatever you want to call their E3 press conference, right? That's kind of the equivalent, right? We're not getting anything else from Sony.
What's E3?
At the I don't know, man. I don't even
The children don't know anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of sad, actually. But anyways, yeah, we got 007 First Light. We got Mina the Hollower. We got Battlestar Galactica Scattered. Shattered?
Hopes.
Scattered or shattered?
Scattered.
Scattered hopes.
Oh, because
scattered, smothered, and covered hopes.
With which Chris Davis has been dying to talk about.
Yes.
Nick, you put a lot more spice on Battlestar Galactica than you did Mina the Hollower or 007.
That was not intentional spice. That was me literally.
You were like, we got 007, we got Mina the Hollower, and we've got Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, yeah. Maybe I did put the wrong.
He's being
emphasis.
ironic, I think. He's being ironic.
Fuck you, Brad. Fuck you.
I'm just acknowledging that Chris Davis has been repeatedly shot down from being able to talk about this for 3 weeks, so he's ready. We're also going to talk a little bit about the Onimusha Way of the Sword demo, which came out yesterday or 2 days ago.
Play that.
Well, Chris Davis and I played it, and we're the Onimusha nerds here.
Okay, first of all, fuck you. I brought it to y'all's attention, you motherfuckers. I was going to play it, and then Chris Davis was like, we should wait and talk about it next week. And I'm like, okay, I'm a busy person anyways. And then I got busy with work and life and family and shit. And they're like, actually, I played it. And I'm like, well, I can't play it before the podcast because my PlayStation is in front of 2 children, and I can't just play Onimusha in front of them. I guess I don't get to fucking play it now. Thanks, Chris Davis, for changing your fucking mind in the middle of the night.
This is, honestly, it was probably my fault too. I was pretty gung-ho
about it. I played those Onimusha games.
I know, but I don't know what you want me to tell you, Brad. I got nothing. The point is, we're going to talk about it tonight because there's so much stuff out right now. It's been a few weeks since we recorded. We gotta rip the Band-Aid off and talk about these things. I wasn't expecting there to be an Onimusha demo, and all of a sudden there was. So
I'm the only real Jean Reno fan here.
Jean Reno fan. What?
This is what I'm talking about.
Come on.
Oh, okay. Jean Reno. You were okay.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I get it.
I've seen the car chasing Ronin.
Yeah, his French.
I have
is
actually.
Great.
I thought you.
Jean Reno.
We're not. Let's just get right fucking to it, guys. We got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, no fluff.
Are we okay with starting with 007?
Yes. I think you should start with BSG. I think you lack the courage of your convictions, mister. I'm going to put a little sauce on BSG.
Okay, fine. Chris Davis, you've been waiting.
Wow.
I'm going to let you step up.
Some say we all.
This is what it's like to headline a podcast episode. I can
hear the people at home
before.
I can hear the people at home listening, and as soon as we said we're going to hand it off to Chris Davis, they were like, "Fuck, we were so close."
Fuck all.
They want to talk about Mina. More people in chat are playing Mina than any of these games.
Whatever.
That's
Battlestar Galactica Scattered Hopes. I really want to talk about this. Number one, because I'm a Battlestar fan, but second, because this game, after 57, 58 hours of play, this is going to be on my top 10 this year, no matter what. Probably even top 5.
it's an early declaration.
It is. I know. I really, 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 really like this game. This is a semi-original take. It's based on the Ron Moore version of the show. So you got the human Cylons. It's all about the Exodus. But
hold on, for normal people, do you mean the old one or the newer one
of the show, as opposed to
which one? Which one is that one, Chris Davis? For
the 2004 version, it's got the human Cylons and stuff like that. It's not like the original show from the 70s.
Saying, oh, you're saying instead? I don't think anyone thought that, right?
I didn't know
there's been BSG games based on the old one.
Yeah.
Did I say Russell T Davies earlier? I meant Ronald D. Moore.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Like all of most games about Battlestar Galactica are about like either the original series for some reason or like everything but like the actual recent TV show, the TV show from 20 years ago.
Copyright stuff,
which
That's
well,
the
no, like they eventually do release content based on that, but it's usually like years after launch, and it's just I don't know. I never get into it.
So you're saying the Cylon Raiders are drifting?
Sure.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Is that
Yeah,
Zoomer language? What is that? I don't know. Anyway, so this game
Tokyo drifting.
is
Bro's
so
never seen BSG, I guess. That's like the cool thing the Cylon Raiders do.
I've got 10 minutes to talk about this game. Let me fucking talk, okay? I love this. This is Battlestar Galactica FTL edition. You are leading a fleet of civilian ships away from the 12 colonies, which are just being destroyed by the Cylons at the very beginning of the series, and you are leading them across the known galaxy to reunite with the Galactica. You do not actually pilot the Galactica or its fleet. You are going to join them. And over the course of 12 different sectors, with every 4 sectors you face a boss, which is a big old Cylon base star. You are dealing with political situations. You are dealing with resources and just trying to survive. And it is really fucking cool. It is a 2.5 phase game. So the first half of it is for the first 10 turns of a sector that you're in. You are doing fleet management, you are healing, you are training, you are spending resources, you are dealing with crises that pop up. Crises pop up based on whether there's a Cylon threat or based on your 5 different factors that are happening to your fleet. Basically,
these are more like making decisions in this as opposed to like.
But everything comes back to impact your fleet in some way, shape, or form. So there, if my maintenance is low in the fleet, if it's in poor condition, a crisis scenario may pop up in which I may have to send my guys out to do some dangerous maintenance work on a couple ships. There might be a terrorist event in which the underworld decides to threaten to blow up a ship if I do not pay a ransom or something like that. And so every action you take takes up a turn of the 10 turns in that sector. Crises can build and build and build, and they can snowball if you're not fucking careful. But it is so fun, the loop that they built for how you manage your resources, how you use the action points of your hero characters, and how you manage these crises. And sometimes you don't even want to manage them. Like, the risk may be too high for you to try to manage them, so you get the choice at the beginning of a crisis to actually bypass it. But the bypass typically has very negative consequences for not trying to address it. Anyway, the second phase is combat, which you're seeing right here. This is a boss fight. And every combat scenario, save for a couple optional fights, are all about you trying to escape the Cylons. You are not in a Battlestar, you are in what's called a Gunstar. It's like a frigate or a destroyer or something like that. So it's much smaller, it's much less capable than a Battlestar. So you only have
less maneuverable.
No, you're not even maneuvering really. So the entire combat scenario is it's a 2D grid in which you are sending out your Raptors and your Vipers and all your different aircraft or spacecraft out to address incoming Cylon attacks, missiles, raiders, whatever, while managing the incoming jumps from the enemy and using your Gunstar's abilities to help stave off the tide. Like with this fleet, because you get four different fleets to start with in the game, the fourth one coming available after you meet certain conditions. With this fleet, for example, it is the most balanced fleet. They're called the Wanderers, and you have 2 Gunstar weapons you can use at any time on a timer, and then you have a starter squadron set of 2 units that you can deploy at any time. So you send them out, you have them manage the battlefield as best they can, and they're pretty smart. But there's like 8 different classes of fighters that you use, so it comes down to like how you manage them. Some of you can just leave alone and they'll do what they need to do, and they will prioritize targets pretty well. So you don't have to do that much micromanaging. But the option's there because it does do that real-time tactical pause in which you can order units and use abilities, things like that. It's really cool. So the combat scenario, you are always going to be overwhelmed. The Cylons are always going to overwhelm you. So you're never going to be able to win a fight except in very, very specific optional scenarios. So you always have to wait out the clock to jump away. Question.
What is a Cylon? Sorry.
Cylons are... They're androids. They're robots.
Toasters.
They are sentient robots that have decided to destroy humanity. And at the beginning of this game and at the beginning of every Battlestar series, they succeed. They wipe out all 12 colonies of man, and the survivors can be measured in the tens of thousands. And you are leading an Exodus fleet away from the colonies to find Earth.
Yeah, which Nick, Earth doesn't exist.
You never even watched the pilot,
They think it's a myth.
Yeah,
gotcha.
It is a myth. No one believes it's real. But
and then in the original show, they find Earth and they come to Earth in like the Reagan era, like 1980s.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
it's the stupidest fucking thing in the world.
It is. It's so fucking stupid.
Was that them trying to do their own like Planet of the Apes twist?
No, it was like they did a spin-off series from the original, or a sequel series to the original series called Battlestar Galactica, like 1980 or something like that.
Yeah,
and it's like the Galactica arrives on Earth, and it's the modern day. It's so fucking dumb.
It is. But the Ron Moore series is so fucking.
So
good.
You're like, well, when did people leave Earth to go to these 12 colonies?
That's a question.
Was it a time travel thing? It's a time travel thing.
No, it's the original series. It was like a 30-year time jump.
No, I'm saying when they make it to Earth, they make it to Earth through like a wormhole that sends them back in time, don't they?
I don't think so. No.
I want to check on that.
Please do, because I haven't watched it. Anyway, back to this because I only have a few minutes to talk about this. Okay, so FTL, you are jumping between sectors. Every sector ends in a fight against a Cylon frigate, and everything. The thing is, this does the cool thing where the multipliers stack. Everything stacks with your multipliers and your skills that you earn and your enhanced weapons and things like that, to where you can equally snowball things drastically in your favor, and it feels so good when you fucking do it.
I'm talking about builds, synergies.
Yeah, builds and synergies.
Yeah.
It just, they fucking work. There are no hard caps on like any potential like bonuses and stuff like that you can do in the game. It's really cool. And also like because of the randomized nature of these roguelike runs, like it's a sweet scenario when you could pull it off, but it's not going to happen every time. In fact, this game can be very punishing. I have done 14 runs in this game, which are about 2.5 to 3 hours each, and I was only successful in 8 of them. Like you are not meant to survive your first run or even your second run.
How long does each run? Like how long are these runs taking?
Again, 2.5 to 3 hours for me.
What if
there is
Doctor Strange was like, "There's 14 realities, and we're only successful in 8 of them"?
There is a reward.
A moment.
There's a reward for
odds.
beating
That's better than
a
50-50.
run. There's a reward for beating a run in 90 minutes, if that tells you anything. So,
It does.
and then there's the last thing about the FTL scenario is that at a certain point, so you've got hero characters that are randomly generated every time, and one of them is always going to be a Cylon. So you never know who it is.
Oh, there's a fucking
This is a big part of Battlestar Galactica, Nick, is that the Cylons look like humans now, and you can't tell that they're Cylons if you're human, but
unless you're
they don't know that
them.
they're Cylons until they're activated.
Yeah. I mean, even
So
they
they
don't
just
know
think
that
they're
they
humans, which means if you're watching the show, they can just write in that, oh, that character you love, by the way, they're activated now, and they just realize they're a Cylon, and that's pretty hype.
It's so fun.
Good. The first couple of seasons were pretty good.
Yeah, and season 3 sucked, and season 4 is divisive.
Yeah,
anyway,
we don't talk about it.
But no, with the silent agent in your fleet, like, so you have to go into a security room and you have to spend resources to interrogate them and get background information and find out like what their role in the fleet was during the Exodus and all that. And it becomes cool. Eventually, if you do find the silent agent, and during the entire time, that person will be causing drastic scenarios in the fleet, setting bombs or damaging ships or something like that, really fucking things up. If you eventually catch them, they'll either learn that they're Cylons and they're kind of shocked and they'll willingly like go into the brig and surrender, or they'll be the agent that's fully aware and is antagonistic, and you can interrogate for resources and points of interest in the next sector. And there's just so many things that are cool about that. I know we got to run. The last thing I want to mention is that the replay value here in this game is really fucking cool. There is so much of that like authenticity to Battlestar, specifically the Ron Moore version, but there's also a level of like uniqueness that this developer put in there. They've got their own spin on certain things. There is a whole meta narrative going on that you only get through certain cutscenes if you do certain scenarios. And it just becomes so interesting to discover these little bitty things that hint at, oh, what if you did this? Or, oh, maybe if you are doing well on your run, maybe you'll find this. This is a bonus sector. And, oh, you get some interesting things about Cobalt that you can learn about. And all these sorts of things is really cool. Like, they do permutations every time until you like fully roll credits the second time. They do permutations of like the boss fights that you do, the little interactions that you do with the attacking Cylon leader. And like there was one scenario where I got into my first boss fight and I wasn't addressing one of the human Cylons. I was addressing one of the soldier Centurions. And in the lore of this series, a Centurion doesn't speak. It doesn't say anything. It is just a drone. But this is a Centurion that was trying to communicate with you. And that is something that is very interesting in the fucking lore of the series. So anyway, they do a lot of cool things. There's a lot of fun replay value. There's a lot of fun things to discover and explore. I still haven't unlocked everything after 55 hours. I've only seen half the civilian ships that you can draw into your fleet. There's a lot of things to do. I just fought a resurrection ship the other night for the first time. That was so fucking cool. So anyway, I love this game.
Two things I'm going to say.
Okay, go.
One, as someone who knows nothing about Battlestar Galactica, this, like, I'm digging kind of like the visual aesthetic that they went with here. I think it actually looks quite nice. Two,
I played some of this.
Two,
it's all right. It's all right looking.
You weak bitches and we don't talk about those seasons. y'all aren't real fans. Fuck y'all.
Yeah.
I mean, we watched.
If you're a real fan, you talk
You'll
about the hard
blindly
shit.
defend all of it.
Listen, Nick, this is sci-fi fandom. You only like half of what you actually.
That's 100%
That's like
true, yeah.
that's like me saying I don't talk about Dexter after season 4, and that would be bullshit.
Yeah,
If you were a real fan who had real
defend it no
opinions,
matter what,
and you
they
didn't
love
just-
the ending of all seasons of Dexter, no matter.
You didn't
what.
just slap up whatever they put the name on.
I love every season of Dexter.
Listen,
even the ones that I hate.
Listen, shut up. Listen, clarification. Battlestar 1980. They do not time travel. They just arrive at Earth.
I
It's
thought
like
so, yeah.
another colony that has forgotten that it's a colony. But in the early episodes, they time travel back in time to Nazi Germany. So
Oh, there you go.
So you were
there
both
is
kind of
time
right
travel.
in a way.
Can I say
there
that
is
this
time
is
travel. But
yes,
not like that.
I played a little bit of it. It's an RTS roguelike. People are saying it's FTL because like the premise is similar, but a very key component of FTL, I would say the magic or the sauce, is the fact that you're moving like people on the ship around the ship to different like stations depending on the need, and then you're getting like boarded and stuff. I mean, that is the sauce of FTL. This doesn't have any of that. It's cool. It's cool real time RTS with pause where you're doing like missile command shit and stuff, but you know,
I feel like the FTL comparisons are mostly thematic. Like stemming from thematic comparisons and just kind of like the what do you call it? Like just the camera. I mean, it's not the same because you're not in the ship, but like
how fucking good is FTL? You know?
It's the best.
I don't know. I've never played it.
The premise of FTL,
I would love it if they made a sequel.
Is probably semi-inspired by like the episode 33, or you know, not episode 33, but the episode
called 33
minutes.
The pilot's not 33. Episode 1's called 33.
The episode where they have to jump every like 33 minutes.
Yeah. That's not the pilot, but it is
one day I will
maybe
watch
the best episode.
5 or something.
Maybe the best episode.
One day I will watch Battlestar Galactica, all of it.
Just watch that episode. Don't even watch the pilot. Just watch that episode, and
that's what everyone thinks about.
Okay, good to know.
The first episode of the first season and the pilot.
Yes.
So just watch the pilot, is what you're saying.
Well, you got to see the miniseries set up for all the characters, which is like 3 episodes.
Oh, just watch 33.
Duly noted.
Everyone's tired.
Let's go. Next one.
Moving on.
It's not good.
Yeah.
You should watch Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Maybe I should. Look, I want to talk about 007 First Light. It's out. It's here. It's an IO interactive game. I love it.
And it's good.
It's good. And I'm saying this as somebody who has very openly not.
You don't have to say it. No, wait, Nick. I will give you $10 via PayPal if you don't mention Hitman while you talk about this game, because I think you're doing a disservice.
No. Okay. I mean, I was mostly just trying to say, you know, I've been hit or miss with IO interactive games specifically, and that had me concerned going into 007.
But we all knew what you meant.
Yeah.
But
that's fair.
I've now played it, and aside from like the obvious comparisons that I'm going to try not to mention because Brad just said he'll give me $10. I do also think it's like one of the most authentic feeling Bond things out, like definitely in video games that's ever been created, because like
outside of GoldenEye,
dude. I mean, I will say this, like they're totally different animals, but like here's the thing, like even going back to like going back to like every single Bond game that's ever been made up until this point, practically
from Russia with Love.
I actually haven't played that one.
But
it's all kind of like everything's in like all the story is in service of like setting you up into a mission, and boom, there you go, and it becomes like an action game, which is fine. But like this is 30 minutes of footage, and it is almost entirely like I spend like the first half of this footage just walking around MI6 talking to people. I'm in Q Lab. They're like testing shit around me. Like they blew something up and it freaked me. Like it startled the shit out of me. And I was like, this is kind of like what it was like. I just think about like the Pierce Brosnan like walking around and like seeing that guy like pull the ripcord and then the ejector chair flying. Like, you know, it's just shit like that. And they find so many really interesting, authentic ways to kind of like nod to 007's like history, but at the same time, it also feels very much kind of like the way Casino Royale felt, where it's like, okay, this is a character we know, it's a world we know, but like this is very much a new beginning. This is like, let's pretend like everything else that you've already seen is a different universe, whatever. This is the beginning of something new. And
Is
this
a character we know? Is this a character we know? How is young Dexter?
Young Dexter is great. I think
he is British.
He is, yes. He is definitely still British. In fact, he is a British actor. So he had to do less. He had to do less voice acting.
James
quote,
Bond's
unquote.
a white man again. Hell yeah.
Ladies and Patrick Gibson had to do less voice changes to do this than he did Dexter. But no, I think he's a terrific Bond, and it's also kind of like just playing through the first 5 or 6 hours of this game has like, because there's been a lot of talk about, they're starting to talk about who's going to be the next Bond, like in the films and stuff, and like they're skewing younger, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about them skewing younger, but like this has kind of opened me, like made me more like open to the idea of a much younger Bond, because he's definitely like the first like 2 hours of this game is like, he's not even part of the 00 program. He is a Navy airman, and the circumstances unfold that kind of lead him into the program is all kind of like new backstory that they explore thoroughly. And it just feels very organic. And the way they feed that into the gameplay, like in between missions, is just beautiful. Like you're walking around MI6, you're talking to Moneypenny, you have to physically walk from M's office through the building to get to Q's lab and to go to operations to talk to Moneypenny, where she gives you the mission briefing that then immediately, like, just very seamlessly, like, takes you into the mission in a very cinematic way, where all of a sudden you hear her talking about what your mission objectives are, and suddenly, like, the camera's over you, pulling you into the desert as you're driving, and then all of a sudden you're in the mission and you're driving to this set piece, which is where it starts to feel more like that other game that I can't say out loud. But like,
it's just say it.
Oh, the Bald Man game.
Yes, the Bald Man game. So like the Hitman aspect of this game, like you get there, but they spend so much time and just there's so much love that goes into all the connective tissue between each mission. It's so cool. And the story so far genuinely has me. Like, I'm like, this is...
How far are you?
I am about... The mission I'm about to start in this is in the desert. It's where you first meet... oh my god.
This game.
Greenway?
Okay, well...
Or who are you talking about?
No, well, yeah, you're with Greenway, and you also have Greenway, which is this character who is like constantly like doubting you. Like he's like your superior. He thinks you're way too.
He's a former 00 who is assigned to train you, and he does not like you because you kind of got pushed into the program against his wishes.
And the
he's
like
with you?
He is with you because of the circumstances in the story that I'm not going to spoil here. But like you end up having to go on a mission with him, and he kind of hates you, but Bond is very much like, Bond. He plays it cool, and like he's very snarky. And some of the writing, like some of like the lines they come up with here, and kind of playing to Bond's like personality and character are like really fucking great. And yeah, so all of this kind of leads very organically into this big, sprawling open mansion. The first major mission I guess I did was the one that they demoed the first time they showed the game, right, where you're sneaking into the chess tournament, and you have to, it's very very Hitman-y because it's a chess tournament.
It reminds me of the Paris level from the Hitman reboot one. Yeah,
I don't know. See, because I probably didn't get that far.
It's a big mansion. There's a big event with a lot of celebrities going around. Yeah. It feels a lot like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing about the game design is that it's not a playground experience for the most part. There are a few moments in which it is kind of like small, open, like figure out how to do this to do X, Y, Z thing. But for the most part, it is that kind of design of a level, but not linearly told, but definitely directed for exactly where you're supposed to go.
It's more like Hitman Absolution.
You're not wrong,
but
you're not wrong.
From what little I played of Hitman Absolution, you're probably not wrong. But these levels do feel big. In my opinion, they feel.
Was that
big.
the very linear Hitman?
Yeah, that's the one everybody complained.
I mean, all the Hitman
linear.
games were kind. Well,
no.
Yeah.
The one that everyone was mad about because
the one before the reboot. The one before the reboot.
Yes.
Between Blood Money and Hitman is good again. Yes.
Yeah. I did play a little bit of that one, and probably not enough to like really make the comparison clearly
Run
here.
from the
But like,
helicopter.
but there are the levels are open and spacious, and there's lots of people, and there's lots of things to see, lots of things to pick up on, lots of opportunities that you can either engage with or miss entirely that kind of open up new avenues.
Very Hitman-y. How do you have like when you're in the portions of the levels that open up, do you have options? Like, do you choose how you want to approach a situation?
Yeah, and absolutely. And there are gambles you can take that, you know, might pay off, might be harder to do. You have lots before you go on your missions. While you're in QLab, you get to pick your gadgets that you're taking, so that you may have like 5 or 6 gadgets you can choose from, but you can only equip 2, and then addition to your watch.
A real baller would go in with nothing but razor wire, but whatever.
But Chris Davis, would you mind like just jumping ahead in the footage at all?
Yeah, let's get to some action.
Yeah, because again, like I captured 30 minutes of footage, and it's a lot of this where I'm just in my 6. But like the thing that is, because I have always struggled with Hitman, specifically, you know me, I've always complained about the fact that I feel this compulsion to save scum when I fuck shit up. And it kills the experience. It kills the effect of feeling like a badass assassin. That's kind of always been my gripe. Because this is Bond, and because of the kind of character that Bond is, and the way the combat system is built, it feels way more reactionary. So if I stumble into a situation where suddenly someone's onto me, if I can diffuse the situation and take them out before anybody sees me, or before I call it any more attention to myself, I can continue on with the mission without feeling like I just fucked up everything.
Sort of
and it feels very much like a good Bond movie does. There's a lot of moments that I've had like in game that made me feel like, fuck, that was like right out of Casino Royale, just like impromptu. I thought I was being sneaky, and then someone spotted me, and I was just like, well, I guess I got to do something about this. And then there's just
like throw a can of beans at them.
Yeah, exactly. Like very reactionary combat, and it feels so good. And then when they actually do the set pieces and shit, it gets fucking crazy. But like, there's a part where you have control of it. Like while you're in the airplane, you have control of like the. You can tilt the plane left and right from your watch to like make the stuff in the plane like shift, and like you can use it in combat. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I heard the combat is like actually good. Like it's
the combat's fantastic,
because the combat in Hitman is notably bad. Like maybe on purpose. Like they don't want you to be able to just fight everyone.
I think that's the difference. And I get it. I totally get it.
It is
They're
Arkham
leaning
style.
into it here. Yeah,
Arkham
yeah. The fisticuffs is definitely Arkham style, but it's all very. It feels very, very smooth.
But it's also like at the same time not forgetting it all. Like 3 punches and you're down. Boom, mission failed.
Yeah, you have to get really you can engage, you can react, you can have like crazy like action moments in the gameplay. But if you take hits, you take a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm.
But the last thing I kind of wanted to bring up at this point right now is because I was surprised by it, because I've spent about 7 hours with the game total so far, which isn't a lot, and I'm only on technically like the second like large mission, because there's lots of like story stuff that happens in between it. I ended up spending probably 2 hours in the VR training.
Oh, they got VR missions?
They got VR missions in here. Yeah, and it's like a whole separate thing too, where you walk in and you have this like giant room. You can like pick your loadouts. You can crank up the challenges. There's and you're earning points that unlock outfits and gadgets and upgrading your guns. And I'm like, fuck, man, I could spend hours upon hours just doing this, and I probably will.
That's where the long-term longevity is for this game. They want to make the tax sim something that you keep coming back to for a while. They already tease in the main menu upcoming missions that are coming.
The only thing that's dumb about it is, and I thought I was stupid at first, but like I'm in the tax sim thing. I'm in this like room before you enter, and I was like, I did a few missions, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back to.
Yes.
Because it's positioned like you're in MI6. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to walk back to the game and continue the story. And I was like, I can't leave. I can't get out of here. What the fuck?
You have to go back to the main menu to go back to the story.
But I got into tax sim from the main story by talking to someone. And I was like, I think they'll probably fix that at some point. It was just very strange. I was like walking around. I was like, there's got to be an exit to this room. Where is this? And I walked around for like 10 minutes. I was like, it can't be this. And I Googled it and was like, yeah, you have to go back to the main menu.
I did the exact same thing as you, Nick.
Can I ask?
Okay, I feel
I mean, it
better.
saves, right?
Yeah. Definitely saves.
How's the story? Because the story in most IO interactive games is pretty assy.
It's good. Dude, this is like, I'm going to be honest, I think, and this is someone who really liked the Daniel Craig Bond movies. This is
okay, but which ones?
Right,
I mean, obviously, I like Casino Royale and Skyfall the most.
Yes,
but I'm just saying, like, this is very at this point where I'm at in the story. It's definitely giving me like Skyfall vibes a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But so it's a Batman game.
So boring.
I mean,
it is so well acted, so well written, so far. And also the thing that I think is really cool about the setup for the story is, and I usually roll my eyes right now anytime I hear someone talk about AI, right? Because it's fucking permeating everything. But like the whole thing that kind of jumpstarts the story here is how MI6 is like leaning into this supercomputer that is helping them like pick their targets and like set up their operations. And the new leadership comes into MI6 and she's like, I don't trust that thing. I think we still need double O's. There needs to be a small subset of actual like people on the boots on the ground who can make human decisions in the moment.
Human wet work.
And so there's this push and pull of like the bigger picture of MI6 is like trying to like say double O's are irrelevant.
Well, if you're not playing robots by the end of this, I'm disappointed.
So I have beaten this game. I'm not going to spoil it, but I will say that the set pieces and everything builds really well. They tease things very well to where this is going to happen. I'm going to get to do this, but you don't get to do it right now. But when you get to do it, it's going to be fun. And
there's a lot of
there's a lot of that.
There's a lot of Chekhov's gun.
What about the situations? Do you do a lot of driving in
Dude,
this?
the first time you get into the fucking car and it's like a chase scene, or like a car chase thing, I was like, this is fucking so sick.
It seems like really scripted in the video that I watched.
It's a little, I mean, it's really more about just kind of like the set piece and the feeling, the vibe of being Bond. Like the car is actually can be tough to drive because like they do not hold back. The car is going fucking fast and they are sending you down mountain like curves and shit, and like half the time I'm running into things. But like just like the lead up to it, the vibe, like the cinematic nature of it is just
like you have to realize that like the first 2 to 3 hours of the game is one giant tutorial. And it takes its time teaching you a lot of stuff. And
it's like
some
2.5
mechanics
hours,
like
probably.
driving are not going to happen often, but they do give you plenty of time to get the experience.
Yeah, and it's got its own original like theme song. It's got the fucking like openings, credits, and shit. Like it's the real deal, man. It's the real deal.
All the versions of the characters you know and love are really good. Like Moneypenny's great, M's good, Bond is great.
It is more like an Uncharted game, though, right? Like I have this coming from GameFly. I don't really care about James Bond.
Whoa.
But
define Uncharted. Like, what do you? I would not. I mean,
like linear action game with set pieces.
Dude, I'm sitting here. I would say like I spent like an hour and a half in the first mission, just like walking around, seeing what I can, what things I could find, what options I had to accomplish.
Kind of like did some stuff.
I will say, Nick, I'm not. Look, I haven't played this game, so I don't know that. Like, I'm not speaking with any authority here. I did read a few reviews for this game, and all of the ones where they played Hitman, they said this is much more linear than Hitman.
It probably is. And I'm saying this as someone who hasn't played a ton of Hitman because of the problems I've had with it historically. But I'm saying there is definitely room for exploration,
where,
discovery.
Like, it broadens a bit, right? And you can kind of take different paths, but they all like go the same place.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like even there's a nightclub mission early on, which is a very small space, kind of.
It reminds me of Apex Predator from Hitman.
You have a few options on how to accomplish your very limited objectives in that small space. So like,
right.
It's probably Hitman Light, to be honest, and that's probably the most I can say about it as someone who's not an authority on Hitman. But
it's a compliment.
You know, this is way more than I ever expected from a fucking Bond.
I mean, it looks sick.
Yeah,
it's fucking good.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of expected just Hitman with like cool gadgets and stuff, but it is definitely
it's got those. They do the thing where like when you go into Q's lab and like he's like I got something new to show you, and he walks you over and you have to walk up to the thing and actually pick up the gadget, and he's like, all right, now use it on this, and like. Sometimes
but
it's
that's
a dummy, and sometimes
dude. I do that. No one lives forever.
Okay,
it's the Bond shit.
The important thing, Nicholas.
Yes.
Does he wear a Rolex?
Yes.
He wears an Omega.
He does?
Yeah. Yeah. Your main means of like interaction with the world is all through your Rolex.
It's
like
a Rolex,
all of your
not an Omega.
It is an Omega.
Oh.
It is an Omega.
This is my one Omega.
This is one of my complaints about this game.
Is the car you drive an Aston Martin?
There are Aston Martins.
Yes.
There's Jaguar. There's Land Rover. There's so much product placement in this game. Like it is blatant.
Okay,
like
what kind of martini is he drinking though? Is he still doing those weird fucking vodka martinis?
I will not spoil that
haven't ordered
moment.
a martini yet.
I will not.
But I'm sure it's
moment.
coming.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a moment.
There's
look. We need to move on. I know we're pressed for time. Let's talk about another awesome game that came out this week. Fucking Mina the Hollower, which I have started. I have started.
Brother, what defines started?
Did you hear that lip service?
This game's hard.
It's not. I mean, it starts hard like a Souls game because it is kind of like a Soulsy game.
I'm just getting used to it. That's all.
It's like an old school Zelda game. But it's like Soulsy sensibilities.
Easy, if anything.
Huh?
It's too easy. It's an easy game.
What?
No, it's not easy, but it is the kind of game like a Souls game or like even like a Metroid game where it definitely starts harder probably than it ends up. Because like
I've died a lot.
There's a ton of progression and all the secrets and stuff that you're trying to find. Like if you play this game like thoroughly by just exploring the world, then you will get more powerful over time. Everything you're finding and getting is making you stronger in one way or another, or richer, which will make you stronger. I was surprised to find out how like kind of open-ended this game is. Like there's like a central town, city or whatever, and then you can kind of like do whatever you want after that. The cool thing is there is I think some people are running into some difficulty issues because they are just exploring and the game isn't really scaling with you, right? Like a old school RPG or something. And what happens is people are, it's like they're playing Dark Souls and they go to the graveyard before they're supposed to go to the graveyard. You know what I mean? So yeah, they're getting their ass handed to them, and that's cool. I like that. One really neat trick. There's so many things in this game. I've been playing a lot, unsurprisingly, right? There's so many cool little touches. One of them is like, well, where should I go? If you pick up like the local newspaper, it will like it'll talk about you. It'll talk about events in the game, but then there will also be hints to like secrets. They'll point you in the direction of like maybe the canon suggested like first dungeon and then the second dungeon. Like it'll point you in the direction of maybe where the most appropriate difficulty thing is. You don't have to do it that way. You can do it completely out of that direction. You can go into a hard area, just persevere, get a little stronger, and do stuff out of order because the stuff is designed not around like in a Zelda game, you get an ability in a dungeon and everything you do in that dungeon is around that ability or that sub weapon. Here, you're getting stuff all over, and it's more about you can get trinkets and things that will make your life easier, but it's never required in such a way where you can't do it out of order. Like for example, if you look at the footage, I'm doing something that you very specifically can only do if you get a very specific trinket, which was not only hard to get, but I got it much later than the water dungeon area, the bayou dungeon, where it would have been very fucking useful. But the newspaper suggested to go to the bayou next, so I went there. I found this later, and I'm like, oh my god, this would have made that like so much easier. And that's that I have a trinket
duly noted
that lets me chain the so it's like one of Mita's like core mechanics is that she burrows, right? Like when you're in the ground, under the ground, you move a lot faster and you pop out. It's kind of like your jump, right? If you hold the jump button when you land, you'll burrow under the ground. You can move really fast. You can pop out. It lets you like get past enemies. It's kind of like your dodge. It's kind of like your movement, right? And you can only stay under the ground for a certain amount of time. But when you pop out, you pop out and you land on your feet, and there is like a recovery period, right? So you got to use it to kind of get away from the enemy, otherwise you're going to get hit, right? I got a trinket that lets me like chain my burrows, so I can land my burrow, jump into another burrow, which you can do on water infinitely. But all this to say is like you find like cool trinkets in the world by like exploring, by doing mini games, by finding secrets, and there's so many secrets, and you're getting like trinkets that will significantly change how the game plays.
That's the sauce.
It leads to stuff like builds. It's very much like the sorts of trinket equivalent you might find in like a Hollow Knight or something, right? Where like, oh, if I put this one and this one to this one together, then I got something juicy, baby. Synergies. And that shit feels great. Like I found
is that a gun hammer?
Dude, and it's a gun bat, and it's so good.
That's sick.
It's so good. I'm not using it in the footage, but I do switch to this coffin shield, which is like a weapon that counters. You hit dudes with your shield, but if you time it right, you could parry, and like hands will launch out of like a coffin and grab the enemy, and you do extra damage. And you also find upgrades in the world. Like shops will sell them, but you can also find them in the world. Upgrades for your weapons, and these weapons will like the upgrade for this shield lets me now throw it. I can throw the shield, and not just throw it, but I can like bounce off of it and use it as a platform. Like they put a lot of little details into like the weapon design, the trinket design, and man, there's just now is the world just like filled with secrets, but like there's so many things you want to like buy as well. Like there's all kinds of little shops that like there's upgrades, right? You can upgrade your life. You could upgrade the amount of like energy for it to use your sub weapons. You can upgrade the maximums. Like you get new healing vials, your Estus flasks and stuff. But like being able to but then buy just really powerful trinkets that can significantly change how the game plays is so good. And there's so much of it. So you're really inspired to like, I'm never going out and grinding bones, but like I'm exploring the world because I know I'm going to get more bones and I'm going to be able to buy more shit and get more powerful. And it becomes very addictive. In a way that, like a Souls game or a Zelda game would with, a lot of like those optional things, or like a Hollow Knight, right? Like a Silksong.
I mean, there's a reason why this is being received so well.
It's been in development for a long time, and you can really feel that, right? Like no normal indie dev is like a Silksong is going to spend so much time putting all kinds of crazy shit into the game, like hidden secrets. Like every screen feels like it has like some sort of cool secret on it in some way or another, where it's like a puzzly thing or just like a hidden path. And it's such a joy to explore the world. And I keep getting surprised by like fresh new ideas, whether they're like dungeons or just like parts of a world that play very differently than other parts. I am in a dungeon. There is going to be some spoilers that you're about to see. I stumble onto something for the first time and I realize like, oh my God, it's a, I can't believe that this is a thing in this game moment. So if you're sensitive to spoilers, you might not want to watch, but if you're only kind of like passingly watching, you might not even realize what I'm doing. Like you're not going to realize that I'm discovering this secret for the first time, but it's the sort of thing like Tunic, right? Where there are things in this world, ways you can interact with parts of this world that you could have done from the beginning of the game. But if you didn't really know that, then you would just been walking by it the entire time. Like that Tunic style thing. And once you realize like, oh, wait a minute, I could have been using this sub weapon in this way to do like a movement technique or interacted this thing in this specific way. Figuring out those things early feels really satisfying, but also the revelation when you realize that you didn't figure it out early and you could have, and now the game gave you a very explicit hint and now you get it. Those are cool moments too.
I'm not going to look.
It's really good. I'm going to fuck up this platforming here for a little bit. The game is hard, by the way. Like it's not easy, at least. I've since I play very like thoroughly, like I'll spend so much time in that main city before I started doing any dungeons. Like I probably played this game for like 10 hours before I even tackled the first dungeon, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not that long, but like
I'm so early, I haven't even gotten to the point where I can pick a dungeon. So
well, that's actually not true. You could probably just walk it. Wait, you must be really early.
Yeah, I thought what I thought was like the first boss.
You might not even be beyond the demo.
I don't even think that counted as a boss. I didn't even get an achievement.
I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah, you're not. You didn't even beat the demo. That's fine.
Yeah. I'm
stuck in a dungeon because I realize I don't want to like explore another. I mean, I want to keep going. Like it's so good. It's so good. I mean, y'all know it was. You know it was going to be good. I didn't know it was going to be this good. I knew it was going to be this good. This is why. Yeah. But
I knew it was going to be this good.
Yeah,
don't be modest.
There is I found a secret shop that just sells shit that I'm not even supposed to have until later in the game. They're like, dude, this is some shit that like you can maybe find elsewhere in the game or like in another shop later, way later in the game, or I could just sell it to you for like way more expensive now if you want. And I'm looking at some of this shit and I'm like, dude, some of this shit looks pretty fucking cool, but it's going to cost me a lot of money. And that same money like upgrades my character or gets me some other trinket or upgrade for my underground burrow. You have like save rooms, like this save room, like the save takes you to like an underground base essentially. And it's like a save room and you can like upgrade that save
that apparently
room
follows
various. Well, yeah, it's it's kind of like it follows you like an underground Resident Evil save room or something that you burrow to your underground lab. And like through your guild, you buy upgrades for the lab, and those are really like powerful too. Like I've bought like a tank that lets me hold the sub weapon when I die. So like I can just grab that sub weapon, and then I got another upgrade that lets me do a different sub weapon that is not related to the one that I died. I could just put one in there and hold it for like a tough boss fight, because there's a lot of really good sub weapons that can modify like your movement. Like there's a bicycle in the game that's a sub weapon. That it's a weapon, but also you could just use it as a bike to get around the world quickly. And it's cool, but you have to like, oh, do I want the bike? Like I'm at a point where I can equip two sub weapons at once, but I'm like, oh, I kind of want to always have the bike. Because
so
the
really
bike
you
is
only
so
have
sick.
one.
You get around fast. Yeah. That's spoilers coming up, I guess. But I'm at a point in the game where like I'm realizing, oh wait, could I have been doing this the whole time? It takes you to something cool though. I was losing my mind.
Quick, kill the feed, kill the
anyways,
the footage.
It's really good. Open.
I'm not looking, but I feel like something's happening.
If anything, this might help sell some copies of the game. I don't know.
The mirror, that's the thing.
There is a lot of like really cool details. Well, I'm coming to a realization about the mirrors in the world, I should say, and how,
that it's a dark world.
Well, this is very inspired by like old school Zelda and Castlevania. Castlevania is another like big inspiration. Like all the sub weapons and stuff are very Castlevania. Like the weapon you start with, or the weapon I started with, is like a chain whip. But like the weapons all feel so different in like a really cool way. That I'm always switching between my different weapons because they all feel really cool to use. Like there's one hammer that you just like, the whole point of the hammer is just to charge up the swing. And when it's charged, time it perfectly to hit the enemy when they're in front of you, because you can't like, if you while you're charging it, the only thing you can do is dodge roll. Like you're locked in place and you can only go like back, forward, front and back, almost like it's like a Monster Hunter weapon. Almost when you're charging, you're very limited. You can't jump, you can't burrow, you can only like dodge roll. And it's also, you can like time the hit for when the enemy has a big opening, get in front of it, hit him with the hammer, and you're doing like way more damage than any other weapon, like significantly more. And that's such a cool idea, but it's like, it makes it very hard to use. Or you can switch to like the dual swords, which feels more like a weapon Link would use in old school Zelda, if you don't want to go the Castlevania route. There's a lot of options. It's really neat. The trinkets are so good. There is this combo trinket, which if you keep hitting the enemy, the combo will go up and you'll do more damage. But if you take damage or if you miss a strike, then it resets and you start doing 1.5 damage again. But it builds up pretty quickly. So if you can keep, I'm demonstrating on the dummy actually, if you can keep that chain going, you start doing so much more damage. So like using a fast weapon is like pretty good. Well, it's pretty useless on the hammer. The music's good. Oh, I got a radio for my underground lab. It's sick. I got a recharge
Is your underground
station
lab that save station?
Yeah, the one I keep going to where you burrow into the ground. It's neat. It's so good. There's so much cool hidden stuff in the world. So much attention to detail. There is like a horror clown in the game.
What the fuck?
I came across, they're like, oh, by the way, you want me to tell you a joke or whatever? And you're like, yeah, sure. And he's like, okay, I'll appear in the world randomly and like tell you jokes every now and then, but it's like a jump scare. Like you'll be in the middle of like a room fighting for your life and you'll slash a bush and all of a sudden this fucking horror clown will jump out and it'll be like, it's joke time, motherfucker. And then it'll just tell you like some bad joke and then it'll be like, all right, see you around. But it always scares the shit out of me when he shows up.
That's so good.
And they know it's scary. He looks scary. He's a scary fucking clown enemy.
They knew what they were doing.
He's not even an enemy. He's just a dude. He's a friend. Here's that bike. Oh,
whoa, look at that bike.
Cool. It's so cool. There's so many like hidden paths and types of hidden paths and cool shopkeepers. This guy's weird. Man. I mean, a lot of it is spoilers, like cool little things, but it's good. It's good. It's living up to expectations.
Why are you blue?
Hype.
Is my
I'm blue because I got a blue cloak. I got a blue cloak. It has like a Zelda style cloaks.
Okay.
Like, this will increase your resistance to damage, except I put this one on and it just made me blue and I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, it's like trying to be a Game Boy Color game where it's not like so sophisticated in terms of it's not so sophisticated in terms of like the detail of the sprite itself, but like they managed to squeeze so much charm into like the look of the world. It's so good, guys.
My wife is already.
I know it's going to be good.
Pixelated trash.
You need to be patient, right? Because it's very like not traditional, like the way you move and like the burrowing and stuff. If you try to like just walk up to enemies and slash them and stuff, you're gonna have a bad time. Because I think part of it is the old school Castlevania inspiration, where like in old school Castlevania, if you just stand on the ground and you go up to enemies and you start whipping at them, they're gonna fuck you up. Like in old school Castlevania, you have to jump to attack if you don't want to be rooted in place. You jump attack in old school Castlevania. This game's kind of like that too. If you don't want to be rooted in place, you should be jump attacking or burrowing and attacking. And I tried to use the hammer on this guy here, which is just a regular enemy, and he just destroys me. This game can be quite difficult. But there's a lot of options, like Silk Song. If something is hard, then go a different direction, like get a little more powerful, maybe find a weapon that you're more comfortable with and try again and you'll have a good time. Mina the Hollower, it's good. It's going to be one of the best games of the year. It's no surprise.
I will be.
They did it again. Like people wondered, after Shovel Knight, can they recapture the magic again? I mean, probably, right? Because Shovel Knight was really good, and so were all the expansions.
I realize now this is another instance, just kind of like how I feel about Hitman versus Bond, where it's like everybody loves Hitman. I've struggled with it. Like I had the same struggles, not same struggles, but I had similar experiences with Shovel Knight. Like I just couldn't get into it, and then I started playing this, and I was like, yeah, this is definitely more my speed or more of like
similar
what
to
I'm
Shovel
into.
Knight in some ways, but it's a much bigger game. Like this is a much more massive game than Shovel Knight.
I think it's because it feels so much like Zelda. Like I mean, because it's just I can already.
And
tell
you played a lot of Souls games as well, so like I think people will immediately know like this is really hard, but I know that like it's well made. So if I be patient and I learn the systems, I'm going to be rewarded. While like some games that are hard, you're just sort of like This is
a video game, and it's great.
It is great, yes, and the music's good, and there is a plush that was part of the Kickstarter that I think looks so cool, and it's Mina, but like she has like her book and like glasses, and like it's so sick. And I've always wanted it. I've always been jealous of it. But it was a Kickstarter backer bonus. Fangamer announced like yesterday or 2 days ago that they're going to be doing Mina the Hollower merch, including the Mina the Hollower plush. But it's only the Mina plush without the accessories. The accessories are very specifically only ever going to be made for the Kickstarter backers. And I'm
Someone's
like,
gotta be
no, but the
selling that on
accessories
eBay.
were so good. They're plush. I mean, they were so good. Look up a picture of it. And I was like, oh, well, maybe I could find one on eBay. And it was going for $175. So I'll
Do it. Do it.
Only?
That's affordable. Go for it.
I'll get the
Fuck it.
Fangamer one. That's going to be like $30 when it comes out. But it's like Mina. She's crouched down with her hand because her hands were like on the book. The book is really giant because she's a mouse or whatever. And it looks very adorable. So now it's just the Mina plush, but her hands are like this. And I'm like, well, what? That doesn't mean anything. I need the accessories. Anyways.
Womp womp.
Yeah. Let's end this segment, Nick. Look, we beat an hour.
Let's when we come back from the break, I do want to talk about the Onimusha demo, and then we'll talk about. There's been some crazy news since we last recorded, so we'll talk about that. And I don't think, depending on how we're doing time wise, the plan is kind of to skip the 4-player minute just because there's so much to cover. We'll kind of see how that goes. But if you're watching live or listening at home, don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Let's talk about that Onimusha Way of the Sword demo. It's been so long since we've had an Onimusha game, and Capcom's been on fire lately. Chris Davis and I played the demo,
I've
which
heard some
was
mixed
kind of
things.
a shadow drop.
Apparently
Chris Davis has opinions, and that always means that they're negative opinions. I don't know.
They're not positive.
I guess we'll. Okay, well,
This
we had
motherfucker.
different experiences. My impressions were quite positive, but go ahead. I'll let you lead the charge here.
Okay, so I have a thing.
Keeping in mind that
Capcom's
both Chris
lost it.
Davis and
Capcom's lost it.
keeping in mind that Chris Davis and I both notoriously hate Onimusha Dawn of Dreams.
That
What's this?
game should
First of
not
all,
exist.
this has nothing to do with Dawn of Dreams.
It has absolutely nothing to do
It
with
is in
Dawn
the
of Dreams.
news, though, because they're putting it out on PS5.
Which is
I
insane.
will not play that.
No. No one should ever play that game. That game should just die in a fire. This game, I like what they're trying to do with the combat. I like how they're setting the atmosphere and everything. I have a real big thing about audio in games and how they present player skill and power. And this game, I don't understand. I had to check something with my sound system to make certain I was not crazy. But you sound so weak in this game. Your strikes against enemies, they have no base to them. You feel no impact. Parries, they visually play them off. And visually, parries feel and look good. Any actual strikes by the player, outside of like special powered attacks, don't feel like I'm doing anything. I feel
think it's
so
an audio
weak.
thing because I've always thought that, but I think it's a visual thing because I'm watching like ever since I started watching trailers where like those sorts of sound effects would not be present, right? I always thought that the strikes looked a little weak. I never thought it was like a sound thing.
It is
I
definitely
kind of-
Maybe part of it.
yeah.
I kind of felt the sound thing that Chris Davis was talking about, but then I started to wonder if, because like, I feel like there is maybe an effort being made to like make the combat feel less like intentionally exaggerated. Like there's a lot more ambient noise than there is like overbearing music, and like I just feel like everything feels kind of more grounded, which is kind of a strange choice for this kind of
for a game about
I guess.
demons and stuff. Like, I understand that perspective, but then I think of so many games that have strong combat set in feudal Japan or mythological Japan recently, like Sekiro, Ghost of Yotei, Rise of the Ronin, things like that. Things that have really good combat. And this game has the potential for really good combat with the amount of abilities you can do, with the dismemberment, with the counters, with the charged up abilities, with your secondary weapons, things like that. So many interesting possibilities, and yet you sound so weak. It doesn't make sense.
You look weak too.
You're supposed to be this badass.
I would have to
samurai.
imagine. I mean, one thing we have to acknowledge here is that this is a demo, and it is a weird thing to kind of
like. It comes out in September, though.
It comes out in September, but like maybe they'll they'll make some audio adjustments.
Maybe. Yeah.
But that's not the only thing that they have to fix here, though.
Is this the Konutsugami developer? Because in that game, combat also felt really weak.
I mean,
granted, that game was more of like a strategy game, like a tower defense almost. But like when you did slash enemies, it felt very like not that.
I don't think we know what team actually made this. My other complaint with audio
like
is that
internal team one or
something like, I don't know. I really don't like the English dub in this game. I really don't like it. This was
that's in line with Onimusha, to be honest, right? It's always been kind of ass.
I mean, it always has been because, like, they came out back in the PS2 era. Like, it wasn't.
Wait, what's the problem with it? I thought it was pretty good.
I don't think he's.
Do you not like the character's personality? Is that what we were actually talking about here?
I think the personality is there. I think the execution of the voice work is not. I don't think it matches up.
I wish I played this demo.
This feels like Peter Dinklage in Destiny, okay? It just feels like that.
Damn.
It is,
okay, that seems a bit extreme.
That's honestly though, it feels like that to me.
You had to finish the sentence though. Wait, because at first I'm like, oh, Peter Dinklage.
Hang on.
And then I'm
Some
like,
people
oh,
honestly prefer Dinklebot, so like don't just slow your roll, okay?
Wait, what did you call him?
Dinklebot.
Yeah.
Is that really what people call him?
He reminds me of Al Pacino in Chuck.
I don't prefer
Adam
Dinklebot, but
what was Al Pacino in?
It's not a settled.
Jack and Jill.
It's not a completely settled issue.
Yeah. What I will say about this is that I don't think there was really enough moments, like voiced moments in this trailer to like really form an opinion, at least not in my opinion. It was pretty action heavy. There's one like cutscene that I would say is longer than the rest, but there's still not a ton of dialogue. Most of the dialogue in that scene comes from the boss that you're fighting. So I don't know. I haven't really made an opinion one way or the other. Nothing about it struck me as like offensively bad or anything. I thought it was fine. I just don't have a feel for the character yet or the context of the story. Like it kind of drops you into the middle of, it seems like early but in the game, but not like the very beginning of the game. So like I'm missing a lot of context here.
Yeah, like
maybe a linear action game. What's the structure like?
This is a linear action game. There's areas to. It's
like Onimusha 2. It feels like Onimusha 2. Probably is.
So not like Onimusha 1.
It's
the days of like Onimusha 1 is like is a Resident Evil clone, and
sort of.
That's as much as I wanted that to be the future of the series, that is not. It hasn't been.
But I mean, they're still making Resident Evil games that are more like, well, whatever. It's fine. But I mean,
I would say that like the experience of the world is more like Onimusha 3. Very linear, a little bit of backtracking, but not like 2, where 2 had that hub world area that you kept coming back to. The demo does not demonstrate that, if that exists.
But it could, right?
It could. I mean, I don't think this demo is built to really give you an idea of like the overall game structure, because like there's so much outside of this one thing that
if it is just a linear action game, though, that's very unusual. Like how do they sell that in 2026? Because there's nothing really like that, right? I mean, I guess like James Bond or
Ninja Gaiden 4 just came out, right? Is that not?
Yeah, but that doesn't matter, because that it's like you're there for the combat and the challenge, right? Like if anything, cool. I heard that this stuff is cool. Environment interaction stuff seems pretty cool. What I heard
the
is
combat
that
contextual really, combat is really cool in this game. I just want to say that.
I heard that the game like the moment to moment combat is like too easy. Like the boss fight was like a pretty decent challenge, but the actual just like random fodder enemies are like a joke.
I actually thought it was really easy. I even went into the menu and checked that I select easy on this.
Damn.
So I'm kind of hoping
there's been a lot of feedback though. I really hope they tune it up for the final game.
I will say that like most of the encounters in the demo are like maybe 2, 3, maybe 4 enemies max. There is one particular encounter which you face like 10 to 12 like dudes at once, and that felt good. You felt surrounded. They were coming in to attack you. You that did feel like a challenge in there.
Is
I mean, here's the thing: if you release in 2026, you release a demo 3 or 4 months ahead of release, they would be foolish not to like listen to feedback and make tweaks and changes as possible. You know, like within reason.
They didn't really do that with like Pragmata, though. I don't think. I feel like they didn't.
But Capcom is pretty. You know, Capcom's been on a fucking roll. Like they know what they're doing. They've made a lot of really great games over the past few years.
That's true.
I'm looking at this and I'm like, I don't think this is going to like buck that trend. I think this is going to be received really well.
Well, we'll see. I mean, they're all different teams, though. I mean, like also notably, I didn't really like love the Pragmata demo. Like it had potential, but like when I finished the Pragmata demo, I'm like, I was certainly like, I don't know, this game surely has a lot to prove. And when it came out and it like scored really well, and everyone's like saying, oh, there's actually so much to do in the game and stuff. Like I was a kind of surprised. But now I'm kind of expecting maybe this game to surprise me. Like Capcom is really good at having like lots of content, lots of optional stuff, you know, like New Game Plus and unlockable weapons, and like Resident Evil was like that. Pragmata was like that. If this game is like that, then that's exciting, right? Otherwise, like if there's not, and it's just a linear game and it's not very long and there's not much to unlock, then this is just kind of
I don't think we can make any assumptions about any of that based on what this demo.
Who made the dinosaur shooter game that Chris Davis was excited about?
Exoprimal?
The Lost Wild?
Exoprimal? Is that what it was called?
Oh, yeah. Exoprimal.
Is this the Exoprimal team?
No.
Because that's a modern Capcom game that kind of sucked.
That's a realistic suggestion.
Was that asymmetrical multiplayer one?
Yeah, that's the Dinobots.
Yeah. 2 teams fighting against waves of dinosaurs. Yeah.
Chris Davis, you were you were a booster for that? You were really on board with that?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. And then it got long in the tooth, and it didn't have much life after you beat your roll credits. So yeah.
Interesting.
I still think of Onimusha very much as like, I think story and atmosphere and world building are very important, and those things in this demo I think were pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't seem dark enough or creepy enough.
Oh, it's pretty fucking dark, dude. There's a scene that precedes the boss fight in this demo that kind of, I was like, damn, that's probably the darkest thing I've ever seen in this series so far. It's fucking brutal.
I don't want it to be too serious. Isn't the protagonist also like kind of goofy?
He's meant to be.
Yeah, I mean, he's very much kind of like eager for a fight. Like he's like, everyone's fleeing this village scared because of the demons are attacking, and he's like, oh, I'm going towards the demons because I'm ready for a fight, kind of thing. And
like Samurai Champloo, dude, maybe
yeah, maybe a little bit.
Nick doesn't know what that means.
Yes, I do, you bitch.
I'm stoked. Cool. I mean, like this thing, right? Cool Capcom has released 3 games so far this year, and they've all been awesome. So that's why people are like, I think, putting a lot of expectation on this. Like, you got to keep it going. 4 for 4 or whatever. I don't know. This looks cool, I guess.
I think it's.
But also, if you think about it though, like the re-releases of Onimusha games, like people like those came out and like those didn't get great reviews. The 1 and 2 re-releases.
I mean, because they're basically just
they didn't really hold up, or they were lazy ports. But sometimes a lazy port's still going to do okay because the base game was so sick and still holds up, right? It seems
I think people. I just think critically, if it's a lazy port, like if you're playing the game and you think, oh, this is just a lazy port, I don't think there's much chance that the game is going to review very well.
No, I agree. But like these games were like sub 70 or some shit. or like close to it.
I mean, I think that stems from the fact that Onimusha has been gone for so long, and to finally see it resurface with a remake or a remaster, and to have it basically just be a lazy port of the original is probably really underwhelming. It's
also,
just,
I think it's okay just to do a regular remaster. I feel like remakes got really popular, but like a regular remaster is fine.
Also, you got to remember that the port of the PS4 port of Onimusha was the original version and not Genma Onimusha, which had a lot more content.
Okay, whatever. That's not beside the. Stop it.
I don't know if I ever played Genma Onimusha.
It's cool. It's tougher.
Yeah,
it's a lot tougher.
It's fine.
Well, I hope they dial in the difficulty and maybe tweak the audio a little bit.
You talk about that shit like it's Ninja Gaiden Black. It was never that, Chris Davis.
I mean, not everything in life can be Ninja Gaiden Black.
True.
Okay, let's move on.
Wait, I want to see what happens with the cart. Yeah,
you can push it. Like, there's a lot of really cool contextual environmental stuff that you can do in combat, which feels really nice.
So puzzled.
And
I was puzzled before Pragmata came out though too, so I'm ready to be impressed.
These parries feel really nice. Like when you do a perfectly timed parry, I was like, "Ooh, yeah!"
I've always talked about that in the trailer talks. And in fact, I pretty much remember going, "Oh, well, the slashes seem really weak, but these parries seem cool." Huh.
Yeah, and maybe the slashes feel weak to make the parries feel that much stronger. Because I do feel like parries are kind of like they're encouraging you to try and parry as much shit as possible.
But it also could be the scenario that so in Onimusha games, like you are leveling up your weapon regularly. So maybe because you are just a samurai starting out as an Onimusha with a basic sword, like maybe the power comes through in upgrades.
That's definitely possible too. Yeah, I think this demo is really just designed to give you a feel for like what the combat is. And
is there an audience for this? I don't know if there's an audience for this,
dude. I don't think Onimusha definitely is not going to pull the number is not going to pull the Resident Evil numbers.
I worry this is going to bomb.
I have a layman's question.
Okay,
is Onimusha a title?
Yeah. In the lore, you mean?
In the lore, it's
no, I don't think so.
Like a demon slayer?
Yeah, it's
he
like
just used it like one, and I was surprised.
But like an Onimusha actually can turn into like a demon.
Yeah,
so like
an Onimusha is a human that has been selected by a clan of Oni to be given some of their power, and they get a gauntlet that lets them transform into an Oni for a short amount of time.
Thank you, Chris Davis. You knew what I was asking for.
Yes, and Chris Davis, thank you for being the encyclopedia of lore that I am not. Okay.
Somebody has to be.
Somebody definitely has to be. All right, let's shift gears. A lot of stuff has happened. A lot of stuff has transpired in the gaming industry since the last time we recorded.
I was going to do a sick-ass transition, Nick, when he said long-winded or long in the tooth or whatever. I was going to say, like God of War, like modern God of War. And
God, we're not talking. First of all, we're not jumping straight into God of War. Sorry,
we're not.
No, I want to. First of all, Crispy,
come on, no.
What?
Really?
What? You don't want to
lead with that? I don't. Oh my God.
Oh my. Okay,
let's let him take over the 4-player minute, and he could talk.
Okay, let's.
No, that's a bummer. Let's just do it. Let's just go. Let's just do it. Let's just go. It's been 3 weeks since we recorded.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
And like 2 weeks ago, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, not that long ago, Sony and Bungie announced that they are ending development on Destiny 2.
That's a big deal.
And there's no announcement or news or plans about anything Destiny related in the future.
So it sounds pretty dire.
The franchise is on ice now, and they did announce the last update. They had an update planned for this month for summer. Already we already knew about, but now it is the taking your dog out for a cheeseburger before you go put him down update.
Oh my God!
It's the we're gonna give you the best day of your life, and then we're gonna kill you. Because this update, they actually put out a trailer for it today. It's the Moments of Triumph, which is an event that has occurred before that they're bringing back. That the whole point of it is to kind of like memorialize the greatness, like the past moments of Destiny, right? Like the greatness that we've achieved. And this new update has a bunch of crazy shit. They're adding like whole new like alts and everything to the classes. They're bringing back the Pantheon, which is the boss rush mode with like a whole like every raid boss that's in the game. I think, I don't know, something crazy. They're bringing back Sparrow Racing League, which they used to have an activity that was entirely based around Sparrow racing, and it was a fan favorite, and people have been asking for it to come back basically the entirety of Destiny 2's development life. And there was like developers made jokes about it a lot and teased it and then never did anything with it, and now they're like, it's back, we brought it back.
This is like if Naughty Dog was like, we're bringing back factions, and that,
yeah,
but we're not.
If they
but
did,
Last of Us 3 isn't
everything,
happening.
they did like everything they ever kind of like promised that they wanted to do, or like improvements that the communities wanted forever, or rebalancing, like they've I see, like, I'm not even familiar enough with how current systems work because I really haven't played since Final Shape, and they've changed stuff again. I'm not really entirely certain how this works, but like they brought back a bunch of old like gear sets that were tied to locations that don't exist in the game anymore. They've they've updated gear sets that were in the game to fit one of the last like gearing updates they did a year or two ago. I mean, it's a whole like housekeeping, like we want to leave the game in a fun playable state. We're adding a bunch of new stuff, we're bringing back a bunch of old stuff, we're changing things, we're fulfilling fan wishes, and then we are not touching the game again, and it's dead, and we're done.
But presumably, the expectation normally would have been, well, that's okay because Destiny 3 was
that
what
was
people
the
were
expectation.
expecting.
That was the expectation, but we also know from a lot of insider reporting, Jason Schreier specifically has reported on a lot of the shit, but like they were working on Destiny 3 at one point a few years ago and then canceled it. They've also canceled at least two more Destiny related projects.
There was like a standalone
like there were other games
project about Cade 7.
The Luke Smith one
there was
canceled, right?
there were like these standalone, like there was like an action game, there was something about like a hero shooter game that kind of sounded similar to what Destiny Rising is. All these got canceled. There was the big incubation project at the company was this thing called Project Gummy Bears, which Sony took that whole team and removed them from Bungie and turned them into like their own studio. And we don't know what they are or what they're working on, but they're not a Bungie thing anymore. So there's so much stuff that like basically what it's looking like now, and like what the whole kind of narrative has been is that like when Bungie was selling to Sony, right? Remember they made this historic deal. They sold the company for billions of dollars, right? And they achieved this crazy, I don't remember, I think it was like close to $4 billion.
Yes.
They achieved this crazy valuation because they had they had Destiny going, they were working on Marathon, and they had a bunch of these like big scale incubation projects going, right? And then as soon as they sold, they canceled all those incubation projects. So it's beginning to look like they started all this development, hired up, did all this shit just to maximize the buyout. Like just to maximize the amount of money they could get from Sony. They did that. About a year afterwards, Pete Parsons, the guy who was in charge of the whole thing, gone, and also has bought like 10,000 fucking expensive cars and shit. Like has this crazy car collection now. Like,
Jesus Christ.
I mean, it's absurd. And they've been doing layoff after layoff after layoff. There was a big expansion that was supposed to come out later this year, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Or
for Destiny 2.
Next year, for Destiny 2, that we've known about since the last expansion. And apparently back in like January, leadership decided that they were canceling that, but they didn't announce it, and they let the teams who were still working on it continue developing for a few months.
What is the end game here? You would think they spent so much money to acquire Bungie that like...
Well, the thing is that they are like... So like, I guess they're focusing everything on Marathon. Like whoever's left at Bungie is now working on Marathon.
Maybe they're gonna like balloon the scope of Marathon into something much.
There's a lot of rumors
bigger.
about that too. Yes, there's a lot of talk about internally, and I think even in some of the official communication, they've made mention of the fact that like they are looking at adding a bunch of shit to Marathon. They're talking about what they can do with like PvE modes, what they can do to like expand the scope beyond just like what it is right now to get more players in.
Does it feel like that's the last chance for them though? Because like Marathon, it's not like,
if you talk to the internet, the company's already dead and Marathon is a disaster. Which like I don't think there's a lot of truth to that, but I don't think it really reflects the reality on the ground. Like I don't know. I don't know. Like the official communication from Sony has been that like we are not giving up on Marathon. Like we don't care if it has 12,000 players or whatever. Like
I just looked at us 32,000 on Steam right now, which
they're
is not
doing.
bad.
So season 2 just started this week.
Oh,
Season 2 just started, and they're doing a free play week. So from last Tuesday to next Tuesday, you can play the game for free.
So those numbers are going to be pumped up a little bit.
So those numbers are pumped up a little bit, not just because of a lot of free players, but because it's a pretty big update for the season. And I mean, like it's so hard to know. Like the algorithm is so fucked up now that like it's hard to know what's real and what isn't. My feed is just filled with people like talking about Marathon, good and bad, and it really seems like there's a lot of people on both sides. I don't know, like, but the numbers are better this week than they have been in a while. I mean, everyone thinks that matters. I don't know, whatever. Like, the game is still the game. I haven't had a problem finding matches.
Yeah.
But
also,
like,
like this
what the worst part about this is that, like, there are Destiny content creators who are now just, like, encouraging complete boycott of Marathon and Bungie, which I think is a little misguided, but it does mean now that like the community of these games, like people who are big Destiny fans are now just like not checked into Marathon at all.
Yeah.
Because of this. And people like there are content creators who made the jump from Destiny to Marathon. Like there's a big one called Mylan Games. He privated all of his Destiny lore videos. He was like one of 3 guys making Destiny lore videos in the world. And like he was one of the guys that like Destiny would reach out to when they were writing expansions, or like would go back and watch his shit so that they could like make sure that they knew their own story to write it, you know? And he privated all his videos because he was like, fuck you Destiny fans, like you guys are going to turn this into Destiny versus Marathon. I'm with Marathon, fuck you. And he like got rid of all of his content.
Dang.
Like it's so ugly. It's so ugly right now. It's not fun. It's not fun to be a fan of either game. And I love Bungie. I love both of these games so much. And it's like it's real fucking.
And Halo. These guys made Halo. What the fuck?
They did make Halo, but they don't make current Halo. So whatever. No, I know,
you know. But they made Halo.
They made Halo. They made Halo. They made the original Marathon, Pathways in the Darkness. Destiny 1, Destiny like Destiny 2, yeah, I don't know. The crazy thing
it's
so there's a big like not protest, but there's a big like grassroots movement now to get as many people playing Destiny 2 on June the 9th as possible to be like, hey, we're all here. You know, please give us Destiny 3.
That's sad.
Is there any chance that like Destiny 3 is in development? They just for whatever reason haven't announced it?
We know it's not.
No.
As far as recent report, like Jason Schreier also did another report like when this all happened and confirmed like no. He has been reporting that is not part of the current report. So like it's entirely like I think the idea is that Sony is telling them you're doing Marathon.
Which is crazy. You don't spend $4 billion to acquire a studio to make Marathon. No offense to Marathon, but like,
no, but that and that is true because that is not what they spent $4 billion for.
No,
like they spent $4 billion for this company that had like 5 projects in the work and was like in the like final shape era of Destiny 2 where people were, you know, like people have always been real rocky with Destiny. Like the back and forth between the developers and the fans has always been like, we have a lot of thoughts about how things are going right now.
And the fact that
but
like
the final shape era was huge. Like people were at an all-time high. I mean, it was like almost back to Forsaken levels of like optimism, right?
Also, that was back in the like the bubble. I mean, that was back when money was free, when COVID, like right after COVID.
Yeah. This was like, I mean,
money was free.
No,
companies
like
were making extremely large purchases because
things were much crazier 4 or 5 years ago. Like as far as now, like we've been through 2 massive tech sector layoff waves in the last year, I think, something like that. Like they were hiring up during the tail end of the pandemic, you know.
Also,
it's like, man, it's just
there are factions fans
right
right now that are like, you know, Joaquin Phoenix Joker, you get what you fucking deserve for shutting down factions, bitches.
Yeah, there's a lot of that sentiment going around, just all of kind of like Sony development, I guess. Like people are like, I don't know, it's wild. And like the amount of people who still have like a huge hate boner just on principle for Marathon, of just like, I don't care if this game's good, I don't care if it's fun, I don't care if it looks cool. And a lot of them will say that it's not, or that it doesn't, but they want the game to fail because at the very least that's going to be really damaging to Sony. And part of me really gets that sentiment and is like, yeah, I think like this sucks, and I would like something to happen to make them reevaluate their current position, because the current position is no more Destiny.
Dog shit.
Which Destiny, like, and I know you guys don't fucking care. Like, you're engaging in the conversation. No. I appreciate that. And this is a worthy conversation for anybody who's interested in the industry, right? But I get you guys aren't really like Destiny fans, right? That's fine. But
for a bottle,
come on. The fiction in the world of Destiny is so fucking cool. It has to exist somehow. Like, and the games were the only thing it had, right? It wasn't like this big multimedia franchise, really. It was just those games.
I'm honestly surprised they haven't turned it into a TV series at this point.
Yeah, I mean, or whatever. I mean, I don't know. But like, the idea that I think a lot of things with the current material reality have to change. Like, I think the political and economic situation, just kind of the moment of the time, needs to change a little bit for Sony.
Something's got to give.
For Sony to like maybe want to take another look at this, and God knows maybe they will, right? Maybe Grand Theft Auto is going to do something crazy and just like put them in a position where they're like, all right, let's fucking splash some money around. And maybe when that day comes,
sell a lot of PlayStation.
I saw a headline.
They'll say, "Let's try Destiny 3."
Dude, I saw a headline that said that even though GTA 6 is on track to be like the most financially successful game ever made, it probably will still not be profitable.
Yeah,
not right away.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. A lot of this is just kind of the like the industry, the economy. Like, you just. I don't know. Like, what is Western game dev going to be in 10 years? Like,
what's it going to be in 2 years?
Like, I know. God, like it's not.
What is it now?
It's not good.
GTA won't be profitable until the online mode is out and they're making money every day. But that will come eventually.
But we're talking about economically seeding a completely different like environment for video games that will not exist or be reaching us for another like 10 or 15 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what it's looking like now. Is like maybe Destiny 2, maybe Destiny 3 will exist one day. But I'm probably going to be pushing 50 by the time it does.
Don't say stuff like that. Shut the fuck up. No one's allowed to say ages.
No.
If you're 50, then I'm dead. So fuck you.
You'll never get to play Destiny 3, Brad.
Oh my god, that's so fucked.
Yeah,
as I can play the third Hollow
that's
Knight
not a
game,
fun thought for me, Nick. That's not like a fun, like I look at like Capcom having its like decade of victory, and I'm like, why can't Bungie? I hate feeling this way about a company that is supposedly worth $4 billion. I fucking hate it.
Yeah,
but
it does.
I can't
Something
change
is
the
definitely
fact
off.
that I love Destiny. I love pretty much every Bungie game I've ever played.
If it makes you feel any better,
have you played Oni?
If it makes you feel any better, Crispy, there are so many things that everybody loves and they hate themselves for loving it because everything is shit.
The good news is
I don't hate myself for
the good news is
Destiny.
the haters are distracted, Crispy. The haters are distracted because they're mad they're sharpening their fangs for Jeff Keighley's One More Thing.
For God of War.
And they're mad at Kratos' ugly wife or something.
But before we before we move on, I know you're transitioning, but before you move on, I just want to say one final thing. I played a couple matches of Marathon last night. I still fucking love that game. That game is sick, and it is...
People like it.
It is criminal that, like... I feel like I'm watching a messy... Like, I feel like I'm watching the breakdown of a family home because, like, the parents have this, like, awful, messy relationship. And I'm just watching these kids, like, get their lives devastated by it. And the kids are Destiny and Marathon. And, like, they don't deserve it. Except, like, the whole internet now wants Destiny and Marathon, the two children who are, like, kind of the victims of the whole thing, to fight each other. Like... You know what I mean?
Why are the haters mad? Why are the haters mad?
Because the
Destiny, I mean, Marathon got up to very positive, 86% on Steam, which is great. Recent is mostly positive. What's going on? They're sad about the recent update.
For what?
Marathon.
I mean,
it's
probably getting bombed.
There was also like a huge fuck up when the Marathon. Well, no, everyone's mad at Marathon because of Destiny. Like like go look at the discussion thread. It's all just like Destiny 3 died for this bullshit. Blah 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 blah.
I've been there.
I hate people.
You can't use. I mean, like, you can't rely on that shit.
I was only mad at Lords of Shadows and Mercury Steam because they killed Symphony of the Night. The worst
part is that like all the worst actors on the internet too, like, just convince themselves that this is a good thing because I guess the robots in Marathon are transgender or something. Like people act like this is a really woke game, and I don't even get it. I don't get it. Like if people want to say that God of War's wife is ugly and I hate Girl Boss game, it's like, you're wrong, but I see the thing you're pointing at. I don't see the thing in Marathon that's like woke. I don't know.
Slay the Spire 2 is LGBT plus friendly or something.
It is, and we love it for it. An ally, a king.
Happy Pride Month, everybody.
Happy Pride Month. But like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. Like, I'm gonna die.
On a slightly more positive note, I guess. I don't. CD Projekt Red randomly announced an expansion for The Witcher 3.
Oh, it's not random. It's been rumored, leaked for a while. We've known.
What is the play here? Is this like strategically done?
Witcher 3 sold like 25 million copies or something, probably?
Yeah, but it's like, I just didn't think they made expansions for games that haven't, like, ever since they did Blood and Wine. I was like, I thought that was it. And that was years and years ago.
No, this is cool. This is cool.
I mean, it is cool. That's why I'm saying on a more positive note.
Yeah.
It's like when they came back and did an expansion for Diablo 2 or something, right? Like,
yeah. Well, that's even weirder.
Well, that was like 20 years. That was even crazier.
No, Age of Empires 2 is still getting updates.
It's cool.
I mean, I would have to imagine this is like I do imagine this is strategic, and like we got to start getting people back into the Witcher frame of mind,
because they don't need to do that. They don't need to get people hyped for the next Witcher game. Millions and millions of people were going to buy that regardless. It is weird, but it is exciting. I'm curious to see what the scale is going to be like. Is it going to be as massive as something like Blood and Wine, or is it going to be a little bit smaller?
I mean, the thing is, it's like you make an expansion like Blood and Wine, and it sets the bar so high. Like, if you're going to come back what is it, like 8 years later or something, whatever it is, and make another expansion, like, which nobody expects.
God.
Like, how do you not make it model after Blood and Wine? What?
I was way off on the lifetime sales of Witcher 3.
What?
Holy shit.
Like 50 million.
This sells it's over 65 million now. Yeah. This is one of the best-selling games like ever, like single-player games ever.
The funny thing is, it's still nothing. It's not even close to GTA.
No, but that's the best. There's nothing close to GTA.
They should turn Witcher 3 into a live service game. You'd be a fool.
Shut the fuck up.
So, like,
when does this expansion come out?
I mean, I don't think they said, but like, Witcher 4 is still at least a year off. The Witcher remake is still at least 2 years off. And, I
forgot that exists.
And the next Cyberpunk game is probably not going to be this decade. So, like, this is a measure for them, in my opinion, for them to do a modern port to modern systems and put minimal effort for maximum profit. I mean, I have no problem with this. I'm glad they're making it. I think
as long as minimal effort refers mostly to like technical challenges, because the game is like the engine already developed and like all of that, the logistics and the gameplay and everything, like that shit's figured out. Like you make an expansion to The Witcher, you want the writing and the like scope in the world to be like on point. Like that's the shit. Like I don't want them to mail that shit in. My worry is that
when have they ever done that though?
Well,
what was the expansion before Blood and Wine? I feel like nobody even remembers.
Heart of Stone.
Hearts of Stone. Yeah, I feel like Heart of Stone maybe was kind of that.
It was shorter, but it was amazing. What are you talking about?
I don't even remember playing it.
It was shorter than Blood and Wine, but like some would argue it had the better story. Like Heart of Stone is like really good. The wedding, you remember you go to the wedding, and well, whatever, you don't know. I mean, the villain was awesome. Huh?
It's been here's the thing. It's been so long since I've played The Witcher 3. I don't even remember what happened in what part. Like,
sure,
I thought the wedding was part of Blood and Wine.
That's Heart of Stone.
I'm getting my shit mixed up.
The Witcher 3 is the 8th best-selling video game of all time. That is crazy to me. That's crazy to me. When The Witcher came out, it was just some like weird, janky, Polish RPG that no one played. I mean,
it was definitely The Witcher 3 that did this. The Witcher 3 is what put it on the map, for sure. But like,
crazy.
This is
Do y'all know the best-selling video game of all time? It is not. Is it GTA 5?
Is it Tetris?
I thought it was Minecraft. It's not Minecraft. FIFA? Minecraft's number 2. Number 1 is Tetris.
Yeah. Oh, shit!
520 million units. It doesn't even count though, because it's literally been on every single thing ever made, and they're combining
that's
probably
a franchise count.
Every version of Tetris. That's like a series.
Did you guys watch that movie about?
No.
The fictionalization one, but that's also kind of realistic.
Yeah. Do you know what? Like the jump between GTA 5 and the next game is crazy. GTA 5, 230 million copies, which is crazy, with the Easter egg homage to me. I love it. Just remind you. Number 3 after GTA 5 is Red Dead Redemption 2 with 85 million.
That's
the gap between 85 million and 230 is stupid.
Yeah, but the crazy thing is they're both from Rockstar.
Yeah.
They're both from Rockstar. And then it's Wii Sports, which doesn't count because that came with every Wii. It doesn't count. And then Mario Kart 8, which they're counting deluxe, of course.
Dude,
it is crazy. Wii U game.
I think the Wii Sports does count because I feel like most people who were buying Wiis were buying it to play that game.
That is true. That is 100% true.
Mario.
It's like the most expensive game ever made.
The big normie.
Pack-ins don't count.
The big normie crowd, that console pushed into normie spaces a lot farther than most.
After Mario Kart, PUBG,
and it was because of that game.
PUBG was 75 million, and then Terraria, and then Witcher 3.
It's 1031, 1032.
Okay,
let's go.
We're not doing a 4-player minute, so we're
this next news topic is there's not a lot to say about it, but I wanted to make sure we mentioned it, and that is that Fable was delayed. First victim, probably.
Man. Fuck you, you fat fuck.
Sorry. Brad was trying to tempt me into trading, because I counter. Okay, listen. I counterpicked Fable because I didn't think it was coming out this year. Then I bid on and won Castlevania Belmont's Curse. Brad wants Castlevania Belmont's Curse. He offered
like, I'll give you Fable, bro.
He offered to give me Fable.
Come on, Fable,
this was in February or whatever. Okay,
I know. I'm just saying.
down.
I'm really, really glad I didn't like immediately.
Dude, I was going to give you like a shit ton of money too. Relax. It's because you like Fable. You thought Fable looked really cool or whatever.
It does. It still looks really cool.
Fantasy
but it's not
Critic
coming out this
aside,
year.
though. Fantasy Critic aside, this confirms my skepticism about Fable. Maybe like this game is probably gonna suck.
Dude, I think this is just another example of it getting out of the way of GTA 6 because it didn't even have a release date, and I would imagine they were internally targeting November probably, and they were just like, we just
like
can't
now
do
how
it.
everybody's like going to September or whatever.
Yeah, instead of going to September, they were just like, fuck it, let's give ourselves more time.
That is probably what it was.
Push it to February.
Because like fucking Strauss Zelnick was out there saying, no, for real. We're gonna make the date or whatever, and Microsoft probably just went, fuck it.
It is a blow to Microsoft, which again, it's just like,
but they're playing a different game now. Okay,
there's also like there's the thought that like they're having the internal debates right now about exclusivity again for the 300,000th time. Yeah. So like, if there has been a decision in leadership to maybe delay the PS5 and PC versions of Fable, launching it against GTA would have been even more painful for them to do. So
Fable's nothing to Microsoft now, though. Like it was never gonna like be a huge.
The only way
like they just shipped Forza. They don't have to worry about money for a while in terms, like they're
the
doing
only way
fine, probably.
Fable is going to be a financial success is if it gets really good word of mouth after release, I think. But look,
they're fine. To be profitable. Look at
Double Fine shipped a game that like Double Fine just shipped a game that like 10 people played, and
that's crazy.
And it got bad reviews.
So when Double Fine ships a game, are they like just putting one copy in a room somewhere and like?
I mean,
everyone.
How many people? I'm gonna look. I haven't looked. How many people do you think are online playing Kiln right now?
I'm gonna guess 7.
It's a one-digit number.
Ridiculous. If it's 7, they should close their doors.
I want everybody else to guess. Don't look. Chris Davis, quick. Okay. Crispy, quick. Nobody in chat, please.
I'm gonna say 47 people.
Okay, Chris Davis.
17.
Nobody in chat, please. 10. 10 people are playing Kiln.
I was the closest without going over.
Kiln. Double Fine's new game. Wow. 10 people.
That's fucking nuts.
That's
all right.
Sad.
Listen, on that note of Fable being delayed, and everybody else seems to be moving to September, that kind of brings us to the Sony State of Play, which happened yesterday or 2 days ago, or whatever it was. A lot of things were shown. I don't want to talk about all of them. There's a lot that was shown. They opened with our first like lengthy look at Wolverine, from Insomniac. So I do want to get y'all's take, especially Crispy's probably because Wolverine. What? You're just like, who are you asking?
What's going on? I can't hear anything.
Crispy. I don't know.
Brad just you just short circuited a little bit. I think he's asking you, Crispy, if you played Spider-Man 2.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of course I did.
Take that, Brad.
Of course I did.
I'm saying at this time, I think like Nick is a bigger Insomniac fan than Crispy, right? I mean, you hate
I'm not an Insomniac fan.
Yeah, I don't think he's an Insomniac fan. I think he's a Marvel
superhero Marvel X-Men fan.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Which Crispy
the Tokon trailer was pretty hype, right?
I didn't see.
Did you watch the Tokon trailer?
I didn't see it.
Doom, Magneto, Carnage.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And then, who was the other villain?
Tagging me about what the champion of the universe or whatever that guy.
They're all villains.
Yeah.
They're the Knights
Green Goblin.
Doom.
Green Goblin. He looks cool.
Yeah. Wait, really?
Yeah.
An actual good character?
Yeah, he's got his glider and everything.
And he's voiced by Steve Blum, and he sounds a little bit like Mark Hamill.
Okay, I'm not saying that about Magneto or Doom, though. I love those guys. Yeah. Carnage can suck a dick, but
also
whatever.
Doctor Doom being voiced by Sungwon Cho is Awesome.
Is that true?
Yes, it's perfect.
That's pretty good.
That's sick.
That's pretty good. Pro ZD, right? For the
But
let's talk
what
about
Wolverine?
What about Wolverine?
I thought
It looks
little,
just cool. It looks like Uncharted, but you have claw hands.
The combat was not as cool as I thought.
It's. I don't know. I thought some of it looked really cool. I thought some of it was really cool, but like, I don't know how it's gonna feel. Right? I like Spider-Man combat felt good, so I kind of believe
because it was like Arkham, right? But agile.
This is very like aerial. This is very like he's throwing people up in the air and then like skewering them and like flipping around and slamming them into the ground. Like
yeah.
It reminds me of God of War, like modern God of War.
Yeah,
I don't know if I like that.
It does have that vibe. Also, somebody on Twitter, like when I first saw a clip, somebody retweeted it and was just like, "Why does gore in video games look like that now?" And I didn't really get what they were talking about. And then I watch it and it's like, yeah, it's when he's like covered in blood, the texturing looks weird. I don't know what it is. It looks like he's like covered in plastic.
They want to do
wax.
a lot of real-time healing. They showed that a lot.
Have they?
So I think that's probably not easy to pull off. I don't know.
Is that like what's going on there? Like as the blood dissipates, that's him healing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you
because
see like
the blood was like other
body,
people's blood. The blood was like him just like stabbing a guy, and the guy's like whole.
Doesn't his suit regenerate as well? Is that what I remember?
No, it rips.
No.
Okay. I thought I saw someone complaining that his suit regenerates.
They should make it so that every level your suit's getting ripped up, so by the end of it you're like naked.
Dude, like
sick.
Parasite Eve
That would
third
be
birthday.
so fucking sick.
Do not invoke that name in this room, sir.
Is that a thing? That's sick.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. I didn't know about this before that trailer, but I guess the big reveal is that they showed Jean Grey.
Yeah, they did.
Like
you saw the clip though? You saw the clip going around? Oh my god! It's Scarlet Witch.
Oh, I didn't see that. That's very funny.
That's a good clip. This dude was popping off, and he's like, "It's Scarlet Witch."
Oh my god, that's so funny. People are gonna get so mad about that.
So this is gonna be a level-based linear thing with where you go back to the
like
school
story-based.
between missions. I mean, that's fine. Sure.
And
Okay.
like, so I guess like the Trask Corporation, Bolivar Trask is in it or not? But the Sentinels are in it, right? Like that's like a whole thing, and they're like rounding up mutants. Yeah, they're doing really.
What's that gonna look like?
Standard X-Men stuff, right?
They've shown the Sentinels.
Classic.
The combat looks a little mashy though. Like I hate they're like, this is a super soldier with a powerful tool or whatever, powerful weapon.
Listen,
he can block Wolverine, and I'm like,
I'm gonna reserve my judgment until I see what Cyclops is like.
It's a lot of like, Cyclops would be sick.
And then we'll go.
Wolverine's a lot of like slashy, and then like death blow kind of stuff.
Oh, Deadpool's in the game. Oh, come on.
Wait.
I don't think that's actually Deadpool. I don't think so.
I mean, I guess it makes sense, but fuck me.
I feel like the combat should be more like the first Metal Gear Solid Rising trailer, the one that like Kojima was still attached to.
The one, where
every time he slashed the sword, things were just like being sliced, like the environment.
Dude, that was
people.
So sick. What happened to that?
That should be what Wolverine's like, maybe.
Platinum Entertainment. God damn it.
Metal Gear Rising and Vengeance was still really cool.
So we're pretty hype on Wolverine, I think. It sounds like.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Like, Spider-Man swings around the big city, and this can't.
It doesn't look that hype. It doesn't look Spider-Man hype. Spider-Man.
Yeah. I think they're gonna go.
I agree.
I think they're gonna go really crazy with like the set pieces. Like they're gonna make it way more cinematic.
I hope
so. But I'm sure there's gonna be some.
This is gonna be a game that, like, I feel like if it's gonna do well, it's gonna do well the way that Guardians of the Galaxy did well, it just has a cool story.
That was good.
And like, I hope the story's good. I hope like their implementation of other characters is good. I mean, Wolverine seems.
When it comes to storytelling, I feel like Insomniac is more miss than hit, or like they. I feel like they are good sometimes, but sometimes they're just kind of like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, they kind of phone it in. I didn't really care for the Jean Grey design.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I don't understand. I don't understand
Chai brought up a good point where he was like, I don't blame the dude who said that was Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Because the design looks so generic, you know? It was like
really, yeah, I mean, it took a second, like her powers show up before she does, and then you're like, oh, what's going on here? And then she shows up and you're like, oh, redhead with orange or purple psychic powers. That's Jean Grey. But it's not like she's wearing anything iconic. It's just like she was wearing
It's just weird, right? Because if anyone, like they did Wolverine in his like classic yellow,
exactly.
And that's hard
Why
to
do
pull
that
off.
for her and put her next to him while he's wearing like a comic, sort of accurate costume?
Like
it
what's
makes
harder
him
to
look
pull
like
off than his
it makes
costume?
Him look stupid. Like
what's harder to pull off than the Wolverine costume? Also, like when he started speaking and it wasn't like Hugh Jackman or animated series. X-Men animated series, I'm like, what is going on here? Who is this cosplayer? This is not Wolverine. It seemed odd.
I don't know.
Wouldn't that be really fucking weird?
No one else got that. I was like,
if Deadpool shows up and it's Ryan Reynolds,
from Wolverine himself.
I was uncomfortable with this actor when he spoke. I was like, this doesn't feel right.
Yeah, I think Steve Bloom is like kind of become the quintessential Wolverine.
Well, who's this guy?
Is he playing in this one?
Yeah, no, it doesn't sound like Steve Bloom. Who is this guy?
Wolverine.
Oh God, what if it's like Troy Baker? I'd kill myself.
Dude, it
okay.
Please don't.
Hang on.
I don't think so.
Troy Baker did Deadpool.
Familiar.
Insomniac.
Did he?
Liam McIntyre, I think, is what.
McIntyre?
I thought Nolan North did Deadpool.
There's nobody named McIntyre. It's McIntyre.
McIntyre? I don't know. I'm just reading what technology wrote. Looks weird.
Who's Liam McIntyre?
I don't know.
What else was there?
All right.
Is he a Critical Role guy or something?
So again, I'm gonna kind of like cherry pick a little bit because there was a lot of stuff. They announced, this is strange. They announced Until Dawn 2. We watched the trailer for this before the show on Trailer Talk. Or most of the trailer anyways. What I didn't realize during the State of Play that I found out tonight actually was that this is not being developed by Supermassive Games, which is strange, and I don't know how to feel about it because on one hand, I love the original Until Dawn. I love that game. But I have had very limited success with the Dark Pictures anthology, which basically represents every game they've done since Until Dawn and Until Dawn Rush of Blood, which my wife and I love the shit out of that game.
I mean, Until Dawn was notoriously a long developed game, and isn't Supermassive owned by like a Bandai Namco or someone now, or who are they owned by? Because I know they're a subsidiary.
Who knows?
I
don't know.
Yeah,
why'd you say
that guy playing Wolverine, he was in an episode of Star Trek Lower Decks, which means he's part of the family, so I can't criticize him anymore. He's doing a great job. I hope he keeps it up.
When you say I usually immediately think that your microphone has died. But so the studio making Until Dawn 2, which is, by the way, a complete a complete shift as far as like setting and whatnot. This is more now like on a tropical island. It looks like it has it's like slasher film shit going on in this island. I'm not. It's apparently, and there's a movie coming out that has this like almost exact same concept, I think, which is like this group of like paranormal investigators that fake all their shit and they go to this island to do an episode of their show, and then it's actually haunted and there's crazy shit happening on it. I don't know, but I was kind of expecting it to be like, when I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, it's another Dark Pictures anthology thing, and then it just said Until Dawn 2, and I was like, what the fuck? I don't know how to feel about this.
This is a wait and see. There's not much.
I mean, it's a huge wait and see, but it's the studio apparently that made Horizon Call of the Mountain, which was on my top 10 that year. I think it's an incredible fucking game.
Horizon Cairn?
That two people played, myself being one of them.
There were dozens of us.
No,
but it's also
dozens of PSVR 2s.
Yeah. Call of the Mountain is fantastic, but I don't have any misgivings. Like, it's a completely different animal. It's for a VR headset. It's nothing like Until Dawn. I have no idea what to expect from this.
How did you feel about Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis?
I think it looks great. It's a little controversial right now.
Of course, you would say it looks great. You love that AI slop look.
Shut the fuck up. I have no love for AI. And I know the studio is getting a lot of flack right now because they're saying that they did use generative AI on certain things, but everything is refined and crafted by humans. And it's like,
can I say, like,
that's some vagary shit that, like, I don't like. It's hard to trust you when you're saying shit like
Crystal
that.
Dynamics co-developed with Flying Wild Hog games. They seem like a studio that would be using Gen AI. Let's be real.
What's that?
They're kind of Flying Wild Hog. I mean, they just seem like
AI controversy aside, because that's going to be a conversation for a long time. And the game is. How did you think it looked? You're a huge Tomb Raider fan, and this is obviously the first.
I mean, it looks like a remake of Tomb Raider. It seemed like there's some like cinematic stuff going on, so that always kind of bums me out a little bit. But Flying Wild Hog, they're the Shadow Warrior people.
And Trek to Yomi and Evil West, yes.
Evil West is what I was.
Oh, Trek to Yomi? That game sucked.
Yeah, that game sucked ass. We didn't have to bring that up. Jesus.
Game.
No,
I played that game.
Pointing it out.
And I beat it. Just saying. I think it looks pretty good.
It did look pretty good. I mean, there's like dinosaurs in it and shit, and fuck yeah, dude.
It's definitely refreshing.
She had dual pistols. She had dual pistols. I'm excited. I hope it's good and not like a bad video game. That's all I can say. But it's sort of a wait and see, because they're just showing a lot of like
that was
stuff
delayed
that
as
looks
well.
like Tomb Raider. I still don't know what kind of game it's going to be, because those more modern reboot games are probably a little more advanced than probably what this would be. Maybe. I honestly don't know.
I mean, I'm in my head, in my heart of hearts, I'm picturing Tomb Raider Anniversary. So like,
well, I mean, that was a remake back then, which was really good, I guess, for the time. It like modernized Tomb Raider in a way that was friendly. But and this will probably be that again, but it's gonna be more, I don't know, AI slop. I don't know. It took the wind out of my sails. Also, it got delayed till next year, so it's harder to be super excited about this now. I kind of want to just see someone playing the game, though. This is a game that I love Tomb Raider.
That could happen. I'm
picky about Tomb Raider. I don't want to see like a heavily cut cinematic trailer. I hope it's not too cinematic. I hope they didn't make it like Uncharted or something, because
that could happen at Summer Game Fest still.
Maybe, yeah.
We'll
I just
want
want
to see on that.
See someone play it, or I want to play it myself. Importantly,
but I do want to quickly rattle off, and we can delve into these more if you want. But there are a metric fuck ton of games that got release dates during this thing that all release between September 15th and September 25th.
Crazy. And October 2nd, technically speaking.
And October 2nd. That's close enough. We can probably lump it in there. So Wolverine comes out September 15th. September 24th, Control Resonant, which we got a new trailer for. It's more of a story trailer. It's kind of hard to like form any new opinions about this, but I think we've all been generally pretty positive about it, just because it looks like it's such a departure from the original, and they're doing some crazy mind-bendy Inception shit. Looks pretty neat. Looks like it has a lot of verticality and scope outside of, out in the city, which is cool. But the trailer, aside from the trailer having Jessie Faden in it for a hot second, I was like, oh, I love Jessie. I was actually really sad that she wasn't the main character in the sequel. It's cool to see that she's still involved somehow. That's coming out September 24th. Coming out September 24th, also Silent Hill Townfall, which, you know me, I'm super fucking excited about.
You're a coward unless you drafted in fantasy.
I did. What are you talking about?
Oh, you have it on your list?
I have it on my roster. I bid on that because I'm
third year in a row. Silent Hill games have been like killing it up in the high 80s.
Yes.
Will this continue the trend?
Which was counterpicked by Ed.
2 out of 3 of the Silent Hill games that were announced on the same day have been killer. So like I'm kind of going all in on this.
Also, 2 have been horrifyingly stupid.
But yeah. No, I'm not. There were 3 major games that were announced. announced at that time.
Sure.
Okay. So Silent Hill Townfall comes out on the 24th as well. The next day, September 25th, is now the release date for Onimusha Way of the Sword. Which we've already talked about a little bit tonight, so we'll kind of see how that plays out. But yeah, that's literally the day after 2 major games release. And then less than a week later, on October 2nd, Ace Combat 8 Wings of Thief, which will make Chris Davis happy.
The day after my birthday.
The only one brave enough... Oh yeah, what good timing. That's pretty great. The only game brave enough to go into October, apparently.
Although it is doing an early release, like 3 days earlier if you like pre-order the deluxe.
It's
edition.
like if GTA 6 is slated for November 19th, everybody else is so scared of it that they're not even touching the month before it. Is what it looks like right now.
When is that? We didn't mention it, but when is that Rayman remake coming out? That Rayman remake looks pretty good.
It does look good.
Remake?
Yeah, they announced a Rayman remake.
Rayman Legends remake, but like, and they have like these like
Star Legends was sick.
I know it is sick.
I actually
it looks really good. It looks really good.
I don't think it got a date, but it may have gotten a year.
October?
Is it? Maybe. Oh, that is in October. Okay, I just missed it.
There are these new like 3D levels where you're like flying through, like it's like a rail shooter or whatever. I was very surprised because Rayman's like a side scroller, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, this is like a Crash Bandicoot level.
It comes out October 1st.
October 1st.
Again, October 1st.
That's not the birthday game I wanted to play.
Music levels.
Fucking crazy. So yeah, September is looking absolutely ridiculous. Also, Star Wars Galactic Racer comes out on the 6th. So like that's a week later. Which I am.
It's a busy year. These games are a couple.
It's a busy year until after the first.
Delay,
yeah, they have to, but like nobody's going to delay it to November, and apparently nobody's.
Let it be Control, please.
I mean, honestly,
get relegated. Star Fox, they already fucked me so hard.
I am definitely excited for Control, but
we do remakes in our league, and nobody's picked up Star Fox. I find that interesting.
I think it's just general hate for Star Fox. No,
that's so stupid, Nick. You're gonna feel so dumb when it comes out. And it's like an 85.
I will feel dumb when it comes out.
Like, what are you talking about?
There was a leak today. If you're looking for a game that is not coming out in September, Star Wars Zero Company has leaked for August 27th.
I'll believe it when I see it. That game ain't coming out in August. We haven't seen shit.
Dude, it might.
In August? They've shown like
I don't know. I mean, like they hardly showed much of fucking the Marvel one before it came out.
What Marvel game?
The
Rivals?
No, the Suns.
Yeah.
What's it called?
That's different.
Midnight Suns.
Midnight Suns. Thank you.
There it is.
There it is. Midnight Suns.
They showed a little bit of it.
Couple other things.
Have we seen like unedited gameplay of that Star Wars XCOM game?
No,
I don't think so.
But it's being developed by BitReactor and Respawn. And Respawn, I don't know. You can trust Respawn.
Oh, I thought it was being developed.
Okay, but it's probably more BitReactor, right, than Respawn.
Then I guess that's not a good comparison.
Couple more things. Quick mentions. Got a release date or a release window of 2027. Also Kimuri, which we've only seen once prior to this, also coming out in 2027. So don't expect
Akumi Nakamura.
Yeah, what is this game? Is it multiplayer?
It's up to 3-player co-op, but they made it sound like you can also play it single player.
Yeah.
Looks like maybe like a horde game or something. I'm out. We'll see. We'll see.
Peace out. What else? Oh, No Rest for the Wicked 1.0 got a release date.
Okay,
in October.
We don't like that studio anymore.
Man,
they've fallen from grace. Ori and the Ori games were so loved, and they made people hate them so quickly.
Wait, why?
Wow.
What did I miss?
Oh no, that's a shit studio, and we don't like them anymore.
Wait, but you gotta tell me why. I don't.
Oh, for like reasons we hate studios. Like
Okay,
they're shitty and they say
Use your
shitty
words.
things and like they're.
They say
I'll send you some info. I'll send you some info.
Okay.
Toxic workplace and like their beliefs are like. Let's just say the person who runs the studio's beliefs are not in line with the things you believe, Nick.
Okay, wonderful. Well, I still love Ori and the Blind
yeah.
Forest, so
And
they
we'll
can't ever take that back.
too.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Also, people don't really like that game that much, so.
I don't know if it's on your list, Nick, but they revealed the Lost Wild.
Yes, that was the next game I was
He's
going to
probably
mention.
a Republican, but that's not what I was saying necessarily.
They announced the Lost Wild, which looks like someone was like, "Fuck it, I'll make Dino Crisis myself."
Well, no, it's not. It's Alien Isolation with dinosaurs because the creative director on that project is one of the lead designers from Alien Isolation. And he cites specifically Alien Isolation as the inspiration.
But I bet if you ask that guy, he's also a Dino Crisis fan. I bet you anything. He was
anyone in their right mind is a Dino Crisis fan.
Dude, I don't know. I talked about Dino Crisis to a room of like normie Resident Evil fans, and they all gave me like the hardest, most unfamiliar look I've ever seen. Like,
well, they don't know. They just don't know.
I know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Those people would be wrong. Okay, so let's go ahead and wrap up by talking about the biggin. The
biggin for you, but whatever.
Well, no, I mean it's definitely the biggest surprise out of
the
this
longest
presentation.
Longest
I mean, yeah, it was the longest.
Well, it was leaked.
But
you're right. You're right.
I didn't see that leak. This came out of left fucking field.
Also,
I've been so disconnected lately. I didn't know anything. This was a complete left fielder for me. It took me a few minutes to even realize what I was looking at. But yeah, they closed with not only the reveal of a new God of War game, God of War Laufey. They did it with a 20-minute gameplay reveal, which is pretty bold. And it is a
is it bold
sequel?
Though?
I mean, I think it's bold in that, like, I mean, I don't know. I usually expect a trailer first. I usually expect a cinematic trailer and then a gameplay thing like a year later.
But if you think about the way Sony Santa Monica has been handling like reveals of their games, like every single time,
reveal
God of War and then Ragnarok were both gameplay demonstrations first before trailers.
Yeah.
That's fair, but I'm also going to point out that in my mind, I thought God of War Ragnarok came out like 2 years ago. My wife told me that it came out like 4 years ago, and I was like, what? So in my head, I'm like, they can't have a new God of War game already. Like, that doesn't make any sense. It's been 4 years. I don't even know what time
this
is
not
anymore.
Cory Barlog's directed, though, right? So this is
they haven't said.
No, I think they have.
Why would it not be Cory Barlog directed? This is
because this is like a spin-off, man. He's probably working on some other shit.
The thing is, I don't think they're positioning this like it's a spin-off. I think they're positioning this as this is the next
God of War Luffy or whatever the fuck. Laufey. Or I mean it's
Laufey.
Like
yeah. No, this is a spin-off. You're not even Kratos. God of War is Kratos. Like this is God of War.
That is the okay. Oof, God, I hate that you said that.
It's not even one of like the main characters of like the series that we've even been rebooted. What the fuck, dude? His dead wife, was in that game for like 2 seconds.
Okay.
Brad.
The reason it's a spin-off is it's like
I heard a thing. I heard all of these other you're going to be fighting Ares in this.
No, you're going to be fighting like all of these different gods from different like.
No, I know. That's why I said it was a theory because it's like a bunch of gods of war that you're fighting.
Yeah. There is.
And the land that she's in is like where gods go when they die or something.
Yeah, it's the afterlife for the gods.
So you're definitely going to be fighting Ares. Like,
right?
Which
what if Richard Schiff shows up? Oh, that'd be fucking cool.
No, I don't want that at all. I wanted like a.
I want more Richard Schiff. What are you talking about?
Any fucking Norse shit in this at all? God damn it! I wanted fucking way far from any Norse mythology shit. I wanted something that felt.
Wait, you're telling me this doesn't
right?
satisfy this? This is how they got to do that, because otherwise, there wasn't a lot of ways they can make it so that like Kratos suddenly is like in another completely different mythology.
All in on a very completely different look and feel, like the God of War reboot.
Well, that was never going to happen. Like,
why not? Like there was a lot of talk of like, why can't Kratos fucking go to Egypt or something, and let's change it up again, you know? Why is that? No, that's cool.
That's what's happening, though. Isn't that what this is?
Well, I mean, yeah, but
it's not Kratos. It's a woman. I get it, and you hate women.
No, it's not just about Kratos. Already. It's not just about Kratos. I don't care necessarily. Although I do think Kratos is like a pretty key part of that series, right?
And he's gonna be in this. He's in the trailer. Or
he's like a ghost or whatever, right?
But where he's like, she's having visions of him, or she's having interactions with him, even though he's but not
like
really there.
Because they're trying to do everything all at once.
Oh my god!
I feel like they're not gonna like go as deep of a dive on any of these like cultures or religions. It's still
gonna be as mediocre as the other games were.
My god! Oh my god! I hate this conversation.
What's wrong?
I swear to God.
What's wrong with
I love this version of God of War. I feel like I'm definitely in the minority here.
So you would just want you would have if it was another Norse one, you would have been cool. I like
that story is not finished yet. Like Atreus went off on his own.
Wolfenstein, honestly.
I was expecting
Atreus is a good point, right? Because it's not like Kratos, it's not Atreus. To me, that's what's contributing, and because it's like all these other like things. To me, that's what makes it feel like a spinoff.
Like, who the fuck cares at the end of the day? Like, it has been confirmed by Sony Santa Monica's social media that Corey is the head of creative at Sony Santa Monica, and that he's not the actual director of this project. But who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares about the scale of it? Let's just enjoy the game for what it is.
Yeah, but I was so like tired of Ragnarok by the end of it, and I got tired of this demo by the end of this 23-minute demo. Honestly, like I wanted to. I don't know.
It wasn't even a demo. It was literally like the first 20 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. Sure, I think Faye looks like a much more agile, like she's
doing air combos and stuff.
No, I mean, I think the combat in this game is going to feel quite significantly, in my opinion, I think it's going to feel significantly better than the past two games, primarily just because she's such a nimble character, very agile. Like, and she's like fly. Like, there's like fucking. She's having like Agent Smith fights in the sky with this fucking god and stuff. You know what I mean? And like, I don't know.
She's doing air juggling with enemies and stuff like that. A lot of parrying. Like, yeah, sure.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not too surprised by that. I mean, that's kind of what I expected as soon as combat started, because she's
and then there's
nimble
Frank.
lady, not tanky Kratos, but
Frank. This is played
Frank.
By.
Yeah,
that was random.
Seeing a gelatinous cube is cool. The fact that his name is Frank is like, okay, Marvel, whatever, you know.
Yeah, I was like, is that supposed to be a subtle nod to Daredevil?
No, I just think it's funny because it's Frank and it's spelled funny, but it sounds like Frank. But
wait, why?
Cool.
No. Why Daredevil?
Because Deborah Ann Wall plays Karen in Daredevil, and she has a thing for the Punisher, like Frank in there. So like,
so they named a gelatinous cube Frank.
Played by Jack Quaid. Or voiced by Jack
Quaid. Jack Quaid's in this game.
You've got to see the mocap picture.
I haven't watched it.
There's a behind the scenes video where there's mocap going on of Jack Quaid, and he's literally
I saw
in
that
a
picture
box.
though.
That's so
I saw that picture and I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
That's awesome.
That's weird.
What kind of game do you? I mean, they showed a cutscene and it went on for a very long time. They showed some like, it looks like one of those God of War games. But like,
it is.
I guess what it was is like when she got into combat and when she was like, I don't know, like traversing around a little bit, it reminded me a lot of like those last couple of God of War games, which I liked.
It is definitely
Ragnarok
one of those.
less, but like I got really tired of them. And I feel like I just wanted something kind of like how the God of War reboot was so completely different from what came before, which was also good, which was also cool, but very different. I kind of wanted like the first big God of War game in a different setting or whatever to feel like a completely different thing. And to me, this feels like more of those previous two games. And maybe that's coming because maybe there is going to be an Atreus game or something in Egypt or whatever. But, you know, or I don't know. Like I feel like it's like when it's like how do I say this? Oh, the first two Spider-Man games have like Spider-Man villains, but now there's everyone. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I'm just like,
I don't either.
They're not going to give like any one of these cultures enough like time to breathe like Greek mythology got and like Norse mythology got. And to me, that's just kind of like a mishmash, and it's like not going to be as like cool, right?
I mean, but also
like it can't be.
I am super excited for this. So don't look at me.
So is the rest of the world. Don't worry about me. I'm just saying like I wanted fucking Egypt or something.
This was one of two games.
There is an Egyptian god in the fucking
and everything else. And Tyr, I think.
Look, this game is one of two games from the State of Play that did not have a release date. This is probably a 2028, probably a PS6 launch title.
No.
Oh,
it's not.
At the earliest. Okay,
you're
what
wrong.
I'm saying is that
completely wrong.
You're
Joseph
wrong
Schreier
about that.
actually said that this is super close. Like it's
really
Dude, this is next year for sure.
Schreier said this is way closer than people think.
Then
it's been 4 years. It's been 4 years since.
But also,
Ragnarok.
like, if there's still suppose that this is a B project for Sony Santa Monica, wouldn't you think that like since they're working on another title, which is probably another God of War, that'll be a mainline entry if this is a side project.
Fuck you, you hate women.
Would you fucking let me fucking speak for a second? Like, what if this is like a test bed project for like gauging where they should go? Like, what if they build out the foundation for the next game based on fan reaction from this one?
Have you?
What if
the
people just latch on to?
Let's go Aztec. Fuck it.
Sure.
Have you looked at the internet
lately?
Let's
do Hindu mythology. Let's do Shinto.
No,
let's do tons of different things.
No, you can't.
Dude, let's fucking bastardize everybody's religion.
You have to do basic. You have to more or less. You have to do like dead religions. You can't do like the most like one of the biggest religions in the world in currently.
So you're saying fighting Jesus is out of the question?
No. I think it would be super cool, but they're not gonna do that.
I would play the shit out of that.
That wouldn't be a fight, right? Jesus would just like allow.
Dude, I was joking that like Jesus's reveal will be like a fucking Naruto, like I'm gonna stop the fight, like character shows up, you know. Like Jesus would be, it would be epic, man. People would be popping off for JC.
Jesus' whole thing is the meekness is the weak shall
but he
inherit
shows
the
up
earth.
like
Turn
Rock
the other
Lee
cheek.
to save the day.
He doesn't save the day by fighting people.
Look,
he's the lamb for the slaughter.
Himself.
It's time to wrap this up.
Wrap it up.
Look. The internet is aflame with stupid people being outraged about the fact that this game stars a woman, and those people are fucking idiots. Because it
really is just becoming obvious that some people don't ever like look at real women ever, like never interacted with another human. So
yeah. Also, I love Deborah Ann Wool. I think I'm super excited that she's gonna have a more prominent role. And I think it was in Ragnarok, they kind of like subtly mention. There's one point where it kind of mentions that Faye was the only one who was ever able to go toe-to-toe with Thor prior to Kratos fighting him, and I was like, that's kind of crazy, especially for a character
Giantess of War, or Goddess of War. The name sucks. Can we agree the name sucks? Because I look at that and I don't know how to say that.
Sure. I'm sure
I don't like it.
I wasn't a huge fan of the name either.
Also, like, does she have much of a personality in this trailer? I'm worried they're going to make a Lady Kratos, and I don't want them to make a Lady Kratos. I want them to make, like, a cool character, and I'm worried.
Dude, I definitely did not get that vibe from her.
What did you get? Like, what did you think of her?
I think she's... I think she's very... God, what's the right... she's got a lot of spunk, and like the whole thing where she has a lot of empathy too. Like you can tell, like the whole thing of the series so far of this particular the rebooted series has been like the effect she had on Kratos after everything that happened in his prior life.
She turned Kratos into a beta.
So, yeah, so she's got a lot of empathy but a lot of like determination and spunk, and like her just determination like to get out of that like jail cell was crazy, even though the other dude's telling her not to do it.
I don't think we can have this conversation yet.
No. It's early.
Yeah, it's we haven't seen enough, but like I'm definitely intrigued, and I definitely like Deborah Ann Wall, so like I'm excited to see what happens here. But anyways, I think that's good enough for tonight because we have covered a lot of ground, and like I said, we're not going to do a 4-player minute this week. This week was purely catch up. There was a lot to cover. So guys, again, I apologize for us not having done a show in the past couple of weeks, but we will be getting back on track. We were tentatively planning to actually meet up for a dinner time podcast last weekend, and then some shit happened and that kind of fell apart, unfortunately. But I do think we're going to try.
I'll talk about it next week.
Slay the Spire, the board game. We are hoping to maybe meet up soon and do that anyways, because that was we basically had the plan in place and then we had to cancel. So maybe look out for that in the not too distant future. In the meantime, you can of course find us in Discord at discord.gg/4player. And yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sticking with us. We'll catch you next week, next Thursday night. You can find all of our episodes at 4playernetwork.com. In the meantime, be good to each other, play video games, and good night.